Z92 Country.
Turn it up loud.
WZAC. Danville, Madison, West Virginia.
The following is an exclusive sports presentation of WZAC and the Skyhawks Sports Network.
As the Scott Skyhawks rolls into today's second-round playoff game, let's quickly roll back the calendar and take a quick history lesson. The Skyhawks, under head mentor Sonny Holston, played in their very first playoff game back on November 18, 1972. That was 50 years ago yesterday, and the Skyhawks fell to Magnolia 1826 on that cold, chilly afternoon in Ripley. It would be another 26 years before Coach Doug Cox led the Scouts to a 10-0 season before the Hawks went on the road and fell to Tyler Consolidated 28-21 in the first round of the playoffs. A new era in black and gold football began in 2000 with the hiring of former Scott standout Shane Griffith, who was named as the head football coach, and he would begin to build a new program that would stand for years to come. In his fourth season as the head mentor, he led the Scouts to a 9-1 season, and Scott hosted the first playoff game in history at Skyhawk Field, but lost the heartbreaker to Wayne 20-19. In 2005, the Hawks finished the regular season at 9-1 and knocked off Berkeley Springs 21-6 to win their first ever playoff game before going on the road and falling to Weir the following week. 2006, they repeated with a 9-1 season and another playoff victory. 2007 would be the golden year for the Skyhawks, knocking off Sissonville in the first round and went on the road to Martinsburg to upset Berkeley Springs 54-20 to win their first quarterfinal game. A week later, they fell to eventual state champ Bluefield. In all told, Griffith led the Skyhawks to the playoffs 9 times in his 19-year tenure as the head coach at Scott. A year ago, Jeremy Dolan brought a new plan to black and gold football, taking the team back to the playoff for the first time in 7 years as they fell on the road to Robert C. Byrd. 2022 brought the Skyhawks back to the forefront, once again finishing with a remarkable 9-1 regular season. A week ago, the Skyhawks came from behind to defeat East Fairmont 35-31, which now sets the scene for this afternoon's second-round matchup with Frankfort after they slipped past number 12 Nicholas County 14-0. So much is on the line as the winner moves on and the season is over for the losing team. The winner will host the semifinal game next weekend as number 9 upset number 1 Winfield last night in a game that was decided in the final seconds. If the Skyhawks can pull off the victory today, it will be their first quarterfinal win at Skyhawk Field. So let's get this party started. No matter where you are listening from around the world, thank you for tuning in as the 4th-ranked Scott Skyhawks host the 5th-ranked Frankfort Falcons in the second round of the WVSSAC Class AA playoffs. From Skyhawk Field in Madison, West Virginia, our game coverage begins now on WZAC Video Productions and the Skyhawk Sports Network.
It's time for Scott Skyhawk football on WZAC and the Skyhawk Sports Network. Black and Gold football is brought to you by Stevens Auto Center. Come to Stevens for all the right reasons.
Parmar Stores. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Rodney Miller, serving Boone County for over 40 years.
Caldwell Insurance Agency. Let our family serve your family.
People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Barker's Hardware. Shop where the professionals shop.
The Handley family of businesses, serving the region for over 50 years.
BOONE Memorial Health, bringing medicine home.
Schaefer & Schaefer Attorneys at Law, serving West Virginia for over 100 years.
The Babe Cave Salon and Spa. Let the babes bring the best out in you.
Dr. Ron Stallings, serving the residents of southern West Virginia since 1985.
Clayton Homes, opening doors to a better life.
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health. We're bringing medicine home.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along.
And it's 37 degrees, but it should be a great afternoon of high school football as we roll into round 2 of the WVSSAC playoffs with number 5 Frankfort making the 4.5-hour trip from up north to Skyhawk Field to take on the 4th-ranked Scott Skyhawks. And, you know, Chris, quickly, let's jump back and look at the game last week. Scott down early, but found a way to come back and found a way to pull off the victory.
Yeah, it was really a tale of two halves for both teams. East Fairmont kind of, I would say, kind of dominated that first half, even though Scott went into the locker room 24-21. But it was really a tale of two halves. Scott came out in the second half and only allowed the touchdown, and that was it in the second half, and they ended up pulling away and able to get that victory 35-31. But really, the Skyhawks are going to have to play a complete game here today, two halves. As we've talked about before, Joe, it's really something we've not really been able to see Scott do since pretty much the Chapmanville game, where they put together two really good halves and was able to dominate the Tigers.
Yeah, Scott had a total of 433 offensive yards last week compared to East Fairmont's 323. But the weather played a big factor in that game as well as pretty much every game that was played on Saturday night last week.
Yeah, I can't remember a game this year, even going back to that Point Pleasant game where we only seen Matt Fry throw the ball 9 times. And the thing is when you only throw the ball 9 times when you're a passing team, you have to be very, very accurate with it and have a high completion percentage. And he did. He was 7 of 9, only put up the 83 yards. But, that allowed the Skyhawks to open the run game enough to where Carson Brandiger, you've seen him have a couple big runs. Matt Fry took the one 55, 60 yards where he was able to kind of tightrope the boundary over here and get into the end zone. And then Preston Cooper, just hard-fought, yards that he picked up. They passed the ball just enough to keep East Fairmont honest, and that opened up the run game for Scott.
Let's roll the wheels forward to today's game. Interesting, happening last night. Herbert Hoover, ranked 9th, knocked off number 1 Winfield in a game that went right down to the last play of the game. And that puts a little more implications on this game because the winner of this game will get home playoff advantage next weekend.
Yeah, nothing more than you want is to try to win a game to go to Wheeling Island on your own turf, and that's what's on the line here today for these two teams. If Scott can win here today, it'll be the first time ever hosting 3 playoff games, and if Frankfort can win, I'm sure it's probably the first time they've ever probably hosted the semifinals on their field as well. So big-time implications for both of these programs.
All right, let's step aside. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back more to take a look at both of these teams that will be meeting on the gridiron this afternoon. You're listening and watching Black and Gold Football on WZAC Video Productions and the Skyhawk Sports Network.
Barker's Heart.
Walgreens Find RX coverage is here to make Medicare easy. Even easier than those dances your grandkids love doing with you. Start Medicare shopping today with Walgreens Find RX coverage. Plus, find low-cost copays. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Walgreens.
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health. We're bringing medicine home.
Every year, the big banks raise their fees while reducing the services they provide. How do they get away with that? If you were to join Pioneer Community Bank, your money would stay right here, supporting a local business which results in lower fees and better customer service for you. Sounds like a plan. So you're not really stuck with the big banks and their policies. Keep your money where it belongs, right here with Pioneer Community Bank. Pioneer Community Bank with locations in Beckley, Yeager, Sophia, Moore, and Welch. Member FDIC.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
And it might get a degree or two warmer this afternoon, but I have my doubts. Not a great crowd on hand for a playoff game, so we should be having a lot of people either sitting at home listening to radios, or they got the TV or the computer cranked up watching this afternoon on video productions. Anyway, Chris, let's break down these two teams. Of course, we know what we have in the Skyhawks, and you made an interesting comment that we have not seen the Skyhawks put together two halves, or what you felt like two good halves of football since the Chapmanville game, and that's going to be one of the keys today. The Skyhawks are going to have to come out and play their A game, because obviously Frankfort comes into this game at 10-1, so and they play a couple pretty tough teams out of Maryland. The schedule otherwise, like Kaiser was down a little bit this year. Of course, they knocked off Nicholas County last week, but that was only by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, you look at it, their marquee win is that North Marion win, week 10 of the season, I believe what it was. So this is a good football team. You're going to see a couple different things here today. On offense, they're going to run the wing tee, the traditional wing tee, kind of like Wayne and Point Pleasant runs. On defense, you're going to see some 5-3 looks. You're going to see some, I would say you're going to mostly see 4-3 looks today to have the 2 high safeties. They have a spur type, bandit type player in number 15, which is Tyreek Powell on the defensive side. You'll see him line up not only in the linebacker position, but he'll put his hand in the dirt off the edge there, try to set the edge for him, and then he'll also drop back into coverage. But in my opinion, by far their best player, and he's battling a little bit of injuries, is number 34, Parker Van Meter. He's a kid on the offensive side of the ball that really blocks really well. He gets those tough yardage. On the defensive side of the ball, he is their Mike linebacker, the guy in the middle. He is quick to the ball. He's a ball hawk, hunter, however you want to say it. He is quick to it. He understands football, has a high IQ, and he really chases the plays really, really well.
Of course, in the back on the offensive side of the ball, they are led by senior quarterback Luke Robinette. He is 37 for 66 passing on the season, 765 yards for 5 touchdowns, and he can also rush the ball as well. He has 405 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. So a double weapon, kind of like we have in Matt Fry.
Yeah, and what you're going to see from him is they're mainly under center, like I said, in the wing tee. They'll throw some pistol looks at you, but mainly they're under center. That they want to try to, and unlike Winfield, we've seen Scott really have trouble with Winfield's type of offense that they run like this. But the thing about these two teams is Frankfort doesn't have a lot of motion, so there's not a lot of things that you have to account for. That guy's in motion. Is he going to get the ball? Are they going to hand it to the up back, fullback there? Are they going to hand it to the second guy through? There's not a lot with this. It's mainly just set up. You'll see tight ends, you'll see flankers, and it's mainly just line up, and either you're going to get the quarterback, if he keeps it, he's going to fake it and come around the opposite side he fakes it from, or they're going to either hand it to the up man, which is normally number 34, or today you could see Tyreek Powell and Landon Kinzer also have a huge workload in the run game.
All right, and like on the other side of the ball, the Skyhawks, pretty much everyone is relatively healthy, considering this is, the 12th game of the season. And, Scott's been very fortunate injury-wise this year. Connor Hughes still playing around on that banged-up ankle.
It didn't hinder him last week, though.
No, and hopefully it won't hinder him today. Carson Brenniger's been, nursing that ankle a little bit. But he seems like he's been pretty much 100% the last 3 or 4 ball games.
Yeah, and Scott is going to have to. And whenever I was talking about earlier about the tale of two halves, it's not that one side of the ball is playing or both sides of the ball are playing poor. Last week the defense really stepped up in the second half, and the offense had to play well in the first half to keep them in it. And so it's been really good football for Scott, but for them to win here today, because these are two evenly matched teams, there's going to be Frankfort's goal is to try to cut the game in half, so that way Scott doesn't give as many opportunities. So they're going to have to play really well here today in order to get to that semifinal game.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break. We come back, we'll talk to the head coach of the Scott Skyhawks, and then we'll talk also to the head coach of the Frankfort Falcons, Coach Kevin Whiteman, after that as well. We'll step aside for that 2-minute break. You're watching and listening to Black and Gold Football on WZAC Video Productions and the Skyhawk Sports Network.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can pay a little less and enjoy the ride a little more. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
At Little General Stores, we'll be there when you're ready, even if you're returning home for the first time in years. That is why we offer the LG Rewards Card that'll save you money on your favorite convenience store purchases, or even get you free drinks or coffee, allowing you the time to plan that perfect return. Go plan yours today, and when you need us, we'll be there. Thank you to those who serve, so the LG family can serve you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Nachos, better with Pepsi.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Back to the Par-Mar Stores pregame show. Joining us is the head coach of the Skyhawks, Coach Jeremy Dolan. And Coach, as we mentioned last week, in the playoffs, it starts out a new season. You guys, I won't say you struggled, but you were behind most of the game, but had a nice come-from-behind win to take the victory.
Yeah, we dug ourselves a little hole there, getting down 21-7, and I think there was some little bit of playoff jitters and guys that were maybe a little deary-eyed out on the field there for a little bit. But once we settled in, and the guys made the adjustments they needed to, because the coaches had done a great job. Coach Elkins, Coach McClung, putting the guys in the right places, and we just blew a few couple coverages there early. But once we got that all corrected, I thought the defense played really well, and the offense all night I thought was clicking pretty much on all cylinders. Preston Cooper I thought ran great, so did Carson and Matt. And then Matt he didn't make a lot of throws, but go 7 for 9. He made some real big ones and key plays that helped us get back into the game and then eventually get the lead and win.
Of course, the weather was a big factor as the remnants of Hurricane Nicole came through. It seemed like it hit right at game time, but anyway, it poured most of the first 3 quarters, but then you got a little break. But how much did that affect your game plan?
Well, typically we're more 50-50 on the run to pass. So we knew going into the game that we were probably going to be somewhere closer to 70-30, more realistic. And, when we went out and tried to establish the run early, Preston was the one that really got us going early, broke some tackles and made some real nice runs. And then, of course, Matt made that real nice 70-yard run down sideline. And, we knew we could. We felt like we could run the ball, and I had a lot of confidence in the 3 guys between Preston, Carson, and Matt that we could keep the ball moving and keep the chains moving with the ball on the ground. And like I said, we thought we could throw here and there. We'd pick our spots, and I thought Matt did a really good job. Like I said, 7 for 9, but they were big throws. The one he made on 3rd and 15 to Clark down the sideline. There's not many kids in the state that can make that throw. And then, of course, he hit Isaiah the big long touchdown. So, and then Jay in the second half, on that waggle. I just thought, I thought overall, I said, the weather was going to be a factor, but for the most part, offensively, I felt like we were still able to do most of what we wanted to do.
Let's talk a little bit about Mike. Let's talk a little bit about Matt Fry there. I saw some stats this week, and he's like ranked number 3 in the state. That was at the end of the regular season with his stats and so forth. Does he let that affect him, or does he not think about it and just go with the game plan?
Well, I think most kids at this level, they like to put up good stats and numbers and stuff, but that's not what he feeds off of. He's there wanting to win football games first, and and it's great the way that Matt's able to spread the ball around, and that's a testament to Coach Fry's play calling as well. And because when you start looking at our receivers, you got 4 receivers who have 550 plus yards, I think 7, 8, 9, and 9 in touchdowns. I mean, so, you know, I think all the boys like to put up numbers and see those numbers. But the key factor is these boys want to win. And, you know, so being able to see their names and be able to be up for awards and be an all-state you know, nominations, stuff like that. That's all important. But at the end of the day, you know, winning ball games is the most important thing to all of them.
You got that first round win behind you now. You've practiced this week. Number one, how's practice going?
It's went well. You know, we had a really good week last week. It's translated into the game. Like I said, minus our early struggles, but you know, this week's been a great week. These kids are they were real loose. You know, like I said, there was a point in the season where I thought we was a little uptight, put a little more pressure on ourselves than we needed to, and didn't play as well as we could in some games, even though we were winning. But at the same time, the last 2 weeks, it's been fantastic seeing these kids with smiles on their face and the confidence level come back up, and believing in themselves and knowing that they can do whatever they needed to do to win football games, just like they did the first 8 at the beginning of the season.
Now the big question, I bet I've been asked 100 times this week, how do we match up against Frankfort?
Well, they're a traditional wing T team. They're a lot of power football. You know, they come in banged up. They have some players that I don't know if they'll play or not play, but, you know, that's every team at this time of year. But they, like I said, they're a traditional wing T team, similar to like what Wayne runs in, you know, Liberty Raleigh and even Point Pleasant this year. So we're accustomed to facing that. And of course, you know, myself and Coach Fry, that's the offense we ran primarily in midget leagues and middle schools and stuff. So we're real familiar with it. So I think defensively we'll match up just fine. And then offensively, you know, I think, you know, the kind of offense that we run will maybe give them a little bit of troubles, you know, because I don't think, looking at their film, they haven't played a team similar to us. We've watched all their game films. And, you know, most of the teams they face have been more traditional power teams and stuff like that. So they haven't seen a lot of spread offense. So I'm excited, you know, for that because they haven't seen it and they'll have to face it and we'll see how we do. I think, like I said, our skills guys match up with just about anybody in the state. So I'm excited to see how we do against them.
You mentioned injuries about Frankfort. How are we on injuries for the Skyhawks?
Considering where we're at in this season, we're in real good shape. You know, we got some guys with minor nicks and bruises, and you know, Connor's got the foot thing that he's dealing with, but you know, he plays through it every week. And then, but outside of that, we don't really have any major injuries that I can report right now.
Playing on Saturday afternoon, how do you think that might affect your gameplay rather than playing Friday night under the lights?
Well, I was asked about that yesterday, actually, in another interview. The way I look at it, neither team's probably accustomed to playing on a Saturday afternoon at 1:30. The advantage I have is I get to sleep in my bed the night before. So, and that's the way I look at it. All of our kids will get to go home, go to bed. You know, it's a different schedule, different routine that we'll go through. We're going to keep it as close as it would be on a Friday night. But like I said, playing Saturday at 1:30 might be better too because that might be the warmest part of the day. So we're not too concerned about that. Like I said, they have to do the same thing except for they have to travel 4 hours and spend the night in a hotel. So I like our chances of sleeping in the bed better than staying in a hotel.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Coach Jeremy Dolan, head coach of the Skyhawks. And we'll catch up with Coach Dolan at the end of the game tonight. We'll be back with more of our Parmar Stores pregame show after this. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on the Skyhawk Sports Network.
I'm Jeremy Caldwell, owner of Caldwell Insurance Agency. We recently purchased S.W. Richards Agency, located in...
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health.
We're bringing medicine home.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here.
Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Season, your thoughts on the season overall from your team?
Well, first of all, thanks for your compliment. We did have a great season. I hope we can keep it going. You know, coming into it, I was very leery. I kept telling people we'd probably win about 6 games. I knew we were going to have a young line. We had some experienced kids coming back, but still had that fear. And they, you know, my coaches have done a good job preparing them, and they've worked hard. I think the biggest asset we have is the kids play as a team. We have a lot of offensive weapons, and they don't care who gets the credit. They just want to win. So, and to make it to this point, you know, you're very blessed to only have so many teams left, and we're blessed and fortunate to be here.
Coach, you guys knocked off Nicholas County last week. How do you feel like your team played in that game?
It was a little sluggish, I thought, but it was the conditions were absolutely horrendous. It was pouring down rain. Of course, we have a grass field. It turned into a pond, and we couldn't get our footing. And it was just, we played hard and we got the job done, but it wasn't the best way to play a playoff game just because of the heavy rain.
Any team, when you get to this point in the season, how are you injury-wise?
Well, I think you're always going to have bumps and bruises when you get to this point. We have lost 2 of our running backs for the season, which it really sickens me because they're good kids and they don't deserve this, and big game like this is definitely going to impact us, but we just got to go out with what we got and see what we can do.
Well, on your scouting report, how do you feel like the Falcons match up against the Skyhawks?
Well, the Skyhawks have a good team. I mean, the reporters back home would ask me, and I'd say, listen, they're 10-1. They're a good team. So, they do a lot of good things. I love the way they run the buck sweep out of different formations. The quarterback, I think, is really good. He puts the ball right on the money. I like the way some of the linemen move. And then defensively, I know they're going to put a lot of pressure on us being a wing T team. But, we're up for the challenge, and we come down here to win a football game, not to just take a trip.
That's kind of what I was going to ask you. There's a lot on the line in this game. Of course, by Winfield getting knocked off last night, the home field advantage to the winner next weekend.
Oh, it's awesome. We were watching that game, and I was hoping so bad Herbert would pull it off. Just, to get that home field is huge, and I'm hoping we can go home today with a victory and play at Frankfort next week. Because when you travel like this, it's tough. You get the kids out of their environment, out of their bed, away from their home, and they don't always sleep the best. I didn't sleep the best. I got a headache from sleeping on that hard bed, and so there's a lot of factors that go into it when you come away.
Coach, good luck in today's contest. Coach Kevin Whiteman, head coach of the Frankfort Falcons. We'll be back with more of our Parmar Stores pregame show after this. You're listening to Black and Gold Football on the Skyhawks Sports Network.
This has been the Parmar Stores pregame show. Stand by, the opening kickoff is next here on the Skyhawks Sports Network.
Hi friends, this is Rodney Miller. I've dedicated my life to serving our coal fields in the Mountain State.
Walgreens Find RX coverage is here to make Medicare easy. Even easier than those dances your grandkids love doing with you. Start Medicare shopping today with Walgreens Find RX coverage. Plus, find low-cost copays. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Walgreens.
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health. We're bringing medicine home.
Every year, the big banks raise their fees while reducing the services they provide. How do they get away with that? If you were to join Pioneer Community Bank, your money would stay right here, supporting a local business, which results in lower fees and better customer service for you. Sounds like a plan. So you're not really stuck with the big banks and their policies. Keep your money where it belongs, right here with Pioneer Community Bank. Pioneer Community Bank with locations in Beckley, Yeager, Sophia, Moore, and Welch. Member FDIC.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bank.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Stevens Auto Center,
Harmar Stores,
Rodney Miller,
Caldwell Insurance Agency,
People's Bank,
Barker's Hardware,
the Henley family of businesses,
BOONE Memorial Health,
Schaefer & Schaefer Attorneys at Law,
the Babe Cave Salon and Spa,
Dr. Ron Stallings,
Clayton Homes,
Miller Brothers Pharmacy,
Thornhill Auto Group,
Farrell & Hill Insurance Agency,
and by
your locally owned and operated McDonald's.
And now to bring you all the action of black and gold football, here's the voice of the Scott Skyhawks, Joe Linville.
And we are ready to play round 2 of the WVSSAC Class AA quarterfinal matchup between the number 5 Frankfort Falcons and your 4th-ranked Scott Skyhawks. Skyhawks will be kicking to get this game underway. They'll be kicking from our right to left. So, Chris Barrett, you got the seatbelts pulled tight and ready to go for this one?
Yes, sir.
All right, and it will be Cameron Green has it all teed up for the Skyhawks, and the wind comes along and blows it over. The wind was blowing from our right to left. It was blowing up the valley earlier. Now it's blowing the other way. It's coming across the baseball field and back across the football field. And you can hear these fans. They are ready to get this one underway. Skyhawks wearing all black. It's a blackout day for the Skyhawks. And here comes Cameron Green, and he will put it end over end. It will be fielded at the 17-yard line on the returner across the 25, 30, and he's tripped up. David Fennessy will make the stop up around the 33-yard line. Number 23 on the return for the Falcons, that is Logan Athey. Starting quarterback for the Falcons is Luke Robinette. He's a senior. And it's kind of a game-time decision. We'll see who's in the backfield. Obviously, back there will be Parker Van Meter. Play clock already rolling. It is at 18 when they come out of the huddle. Also in the backfield is number 44 for the Falcons, Cameron Layton. Handoff goes up the middle to number 34, Parker Van Meter. He'll pick up about 8 on the, let's see where they spotted. Actually, it's going to be closer to about 9 on the opening play. And it will be a 9-yard game. It'll be second and a short one.
Yeah, just a fullback dive right there. As we said, traditional wing tee. You're going to see a lot of that. They have actually moved number 15, Tariq Powell, to that running back position, the flanker position, to where in the spot of that number 8, Jason Fontenot, where he's injured.
Now they'll send David Hallslinger out wide to the right. Handoff will be to Tariq Powell. He'll pick up the first down. Nice lick there by Jay Sharps. Number 51 for the Skyhawks had him all wrapped up. That was Dalton Milam. And then Sharps kind of come up and finished him off. But he will get across the 45 up to the 46. They'll move the sticks for a first down. As we said, Joe, they'll line up whichever side of where that kind of flanker is in the tailback slot for what they are. They're going to run to that opposite side if they hand it off to them. But what you got to watch is for that fake where they bootleg it out to the left side or to that opposite side, and Robinette keeps it. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Falcons. They'll send that wide receiver out to the far side of the field. Quarterback goes under center, got a man in motion. He'll hand it off to the man in motion. Number 7, John Anderson III. He goes around the outside off the left tackle. He's going to get 10 yards plus for a first down. They're going to call it just a yard short. Yeah, they're going to spot it back at the Scott 45.
Anderson is another important key piece to this offense, too. He had been hampered by injuries later in the season and actually didn't play in the second half of that game last week. So we'll see how much he has left in the tank this week.
Talking to Coach Glenn Fry prior to today's game, he said it usually takes Scott about 2 series of downs for the offense of the other team to see what they're going to run and kind of help us set our formation. Quick handoff to the fullback. They catch him at the line. Now he breaks loose. They catch him again. Nice job, David Fennessy. Catches him behind the line, takes him down for a loss. What I was going to say, it takes a couple of series for the Skyhawks to figure out what kind of offense the opposing team's going to run. So good job there by the black and gold D as they lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, that was Tariq Powell. Coming from that off-back position. He gets the handoff, trying to come off tackle. He's initially hit there by what looked like number 55, Connor Hughes. He's able to get away from that tackler, but David Fennessy coming up from that linebacker position on the opposite side comes up and is able to make that tackle.
3rd down 2 now for the Falcons. Ball at the Scott 46-yard line. They go to that traditional wing tee. There goes a man in motion. They'll hand it off up the middle. It will be Van Meter. He'll pick up enough yardage for the first down and more as he gets down to the Scott 40 on a gain of about, 6?
6 yards, yep.
So they'll move the 6, first down for the Falcons.
Yeah, Robinette, he just takes the snap and hands it off to that first man through, which is that fullback position of Van Meter, and you can see why they want the ball in this kid's hands is because he just runs tough. He's north-south, and he's able to break arm tackles, and that's what Scott's going to have to do here tonight today, not used to playing day games, is wrap him up.
Van Meter didn't play last week against Nicholas County. He has been injured. He was still questionable for today's game as well. There goes a man in motion. That's Powell. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper getting around to the left side, and over there to try to make the stop was Bush. And he just outstepped Isaiah Bush over there to finally go out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain on the far side of the field. Quarterback keeper by Luke Robinette.
Yeah, they're going to end up giving him 5 on the play, as you said, Joe. But right there, you seen it was a fake to both Van Meter and Powell, and then Robinette, he just keeps it around that far side, and he's able to put a good stiff arm on Isaiah Bush to get it a little bit more.
The officials for today's game, the referee is Rex Foster, the umpire Tom Curry, line judge Greg Church, the head linesman is Jeremy Buck, field judge is Caleb McGrath, and the side judge is Lee Dunn. Falcons set. There goes a man in motion, and they'll hand it off to the second man through, stacked up to the line of scrimmage. They'll fall forward for a couple. And Isaiah Brown is having to come out of the game. His helmet popped off. He's runs over to the sideline. He'll have to set out a play. It is 3rd down and 3 now for the Falcons.
Yeah, that time it was Powell. He's the one that actually gets it. Looked like at first it was going to be Van Meter, but he's the one that gets it, second man through. And he's able to get through the line of scrimmage virtually untouched, but a good job of that Skyhawk defense of swarming the middle of the field in order to kind of gobble him up.
8 minutes on a rolling clock here in the first quarter. No score. Frankfort on their opening drive of the ball game. Now they'll send a receiver out wide. 2 backs and a flanker to the far side. Here comes that flanker in motion. Handoff to Van Meter. Van Meter, big hole up the middle, and he will get all the way down to about the 15 or 14-yard line, and a big first down and more for the Falcons.
Yeah, he's going to get inside the 15. It's going to be about a pickup of 19 on the play. But as we said, Joe, Van Meter, he's a staple in this offense. And as you can tell if you're watching on TV or listening, Frankfort does not get in a hurry. That's not their game. They want to try to cut possessions in half. And with as quick as Scott can score on offense, their goal here today is to bleed that play clock down and use up as much time they're traditionally winning time of possession.
Wide out goes to the near side of the field. Robinette under center. He'll hand it off to Van Meter, and Van Meter is hit at the line of scrimmage, making the stop there for the Skyhawks. Big number 55, Connor Hughes, and he goes nowhere. Actually a loss about a half a yard.
Yeah, that time Scott does a good job of staying home and just filling that gap, as Trent Bias out there is going to be a huge playmaker for this defense today. If this Skyhawk defense is going to be able to hold Frankfort's offense to not their typical game here today, Trent Bias is going to have to take on double teams and free up some of those linebackers.
Wide out goes to the far side of the field this time, flanker to the near side. Robinette fakes the handoff, takes it around, and God, what a job! Keaton Wheatley comes in there and makes a reach out and tackle for a big loss on the play. Nice job, Wheatley.
Yeah, that time it went to number 7, which is John Anderson. They tried to do it a little end around to him. That time Keaton Wheatley does a great job of reading the play, doesn't fall for the motion or the fake handoff, and he's able to get upfield and make a really good arm tackle on Anderson and put this Frankfort offense into a 3rd down and long situation.
3rd down and 15. 3rd and 15. Frankfort sends out a receiver to the near side. Quarterback goes from the gun, steps back, he wants to pass, rolling right, rolling, throws in, he's got a man there, and he makes the catch at the 6-yard line. The receiver down there just reached up there and pulled that ball in. I think that's number 44, and on the receiving end of that catch is Cameron Layton, a 6'1", 190 receiver, just reached up there, and he was open. Made the catch, makes it now 4th down, though. 4th and 2 for the Falcons.
Yeah, it was just a pickup of 13 on the play. And that time you see Robinette, he rolls to his right, does a good job of letting the play develop. Scott had initially really good coverage on the play, but at the last second, Layton coming from that opposite side, he's lined up as a tight end over on that far side from us. He's able to drag through the middle of the field, and in order to get it to him, he had to throw it high.
And Frankfort will take a timeout. 5:09 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Scott Skyhawk Football on WZAC Video Productions and the Skyhawk Sports Network.
Barker's.
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health. We're bringing medicine home.
I'm the captain of the Pee Wee football team. We may be small, but we are mighty, annoying. And you are so tired from playing defense against us that your focus is about to ride the bench. Go. Thanks, Mom.
Bye.
Come on. And if you have cut rate car insurance, so not even a Hail Mary will save you from paying.
Frankfort has it 4th down and 2, right about the 6-yard line. They'll line up on the near side, hash mark. Frankfort is set. Robinette goes under center. Quick handoff to Van Meter. Oh, actually a quarterback keeper. He comes around the outside. He is going to go into the end zone for the touchdown on a quarterback keeper. He put it into the gut of Van Meter, then at the last split second jerked it back out, kept the ball, rolled right into the end zone for the 6-yard run.
Yeah, I couldn't exactly see who it was for Scott that had an opportunity to get him on about the 6-yard line right here. As you see the replay, it looks like it might be, I think that's, Jaden Sharps, I think, is the one that came up and was just unable to get the arm tackle on him. But good job there of being able to get upfield quickly for Frankfort and get into the end zone.
And the kick is up. It's an end-over-end kick. It looks good from here. It is good as Frankfort jumps out to a 7-0 lead. We'll take actually, we'll just keep it here because they won't even get we won't even get into a commercial break. Their kicker is a freshman, 5'11", 150, Rhett Sensenbaugh. And he made that kick look easy.
Yeah, he's for a freshman especially. He's got a really good leg on him, and they've kind of leaned on him at times in order to get them points, especially in that I believe it was a North Marion game.
So they will be kicking from our left to right, and Sensenbaugh will tee it up.
Number 16, Hunter Shreve, is the kickoff specialist.
Oh, okay.
So they have 2 kickers.
All righty.
I believe he is also their punter, I believe, if my sources are correct.
5:02 to go in the first quarter, and the Frankfort Falcons are on the board first. Back deep for the Skyhawks. Carson Brenniger in the middle. He'll stand back about the 10-yard line. Across the way, it is number 2, Kyle Fox. On the near side is Isaiah Bush.
Frankfort is set and ready. They're wearing all white tonight. Teal numbers, teal helmet, a high end-over-end kick, and Brenniger will take it at the 17 across the 15, 20, 25. He will come up across the 30, and they will spot it at the 31-yard line, and that's where the Skyhawks will put it in play, 1st and 10. Frankfort's uniforms, those teal helmets with the Falcon logo on the side, teal numerals with Frankfort across the chest outlined in black, and then their uniforms are accented with a teal and black stripe down the legs and around the sleeves. Skyhawks wearing all black today with Skyhawks across the chest, gold numerals, and that traditional Skyhawk helmet. Fry is ready to go from the gun. Fry takes it quickly, makes the handoff, rolls right, throws one downfield, and down there to make the catch. To make the throw, or the receiving, on the receiving end was Braden Clark, and he slowed down just a little bit too quick, and the ball was overthrown, pass incomplete.
Yeah, tried to take a shot early, and honestly, I think Braden Clark's kind of lucky there as he got away with a little bit of push-off as he was trying to get a little bit of separation. But as you said, Joe, he slowed up just enough to where he wasn't able to run down that ball that Matt Fry threw.
Scouts will send 2 receivers, far side, single wide out to the near side. Fry takes it, hands it off. No, fakes handoff. Complete to Clark this time. He's at the 40. Sidesteps one, still on his feet at the 30 or 45-50. He goes into Frankfort territory. They're going to spot the ball at the Frankfort 46-yard line. They'll move the sticks, big first down for Scott.
Yeah, 23 yards on the RPO there, but what was big was once Braden Clark made that first move to make that guy miss, he stumbled a bit, wasn't able to get his footing, or he probably would have been gone.
Yep. Scouts are set. Single wide out to the near side, 2 to the far side. Hands it off this time to Preston Cooper. Cooper right up the middle. He is hit at the line of scrimmage, shoved backwards. He goes nowhere. No gain on the play.
Yeah, this is a game where Scott's going to have to throw the ball in order to open up the run because they've got some guys in the middle, including number 75, who's able to really, Hayden Nestor, who's really able to clog up that run game at 6'2", 315.
Skyhawks will go same formation. Fry from the gun. Fry takes it, drops back. He wants to pass, and he's in trouble, but he sucks it in. He comes up. He's going to keep the ball. He's at the 40-yard line. He'll pick up about 6 on that play. Let's see where they spot it. And they're going to give him 5, it looks like, on the carry. So it'll be 3rd down 5 now for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, that time Matt Fry does a good job of recognizing that there's good coverage down the field and sidesteps the defensive end coming on that side, which is number 69 for Frankfort, and he's able to get upfield for a manageable 3rd down.
Scott goes same formation. Fry drops back, wants to pass, fires one across the middle. It is low, goes incomplete. It'll now be 4th down for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, that time was trying to go to his safety net right there, the guy he looks for whenever everything's kind of chaotic, and Jaden Sharps. And that time it looked like he had him, but it was a small window. And as he set his feet to try to deliver that throw, I'm not sure if he slipped or if he just couldn't get a good base underneath him and delivers that ball just a little low and to the left.
Sharks had a lot of coverage back there. 4th down and 5 now for the Skyhawks. Ball at the 41 of Frankfort. Matt Fry calls the numbers, takes the snap, drops back, and he's in trouble. And he gets away from one Frankfort defender, throws one down the field. It is complete to Jay Sharps down at the 21-yard line for a gain of about 20 and a 1st down for the Skyhawks. Perfect execution on the receiver and the quarterback.
Yeah, even better. Good job there, 15-yard pickup. As you can see, the All-State replay. Good job by Matt Fry of buying time in the pocket. And as the defenders come up to try to stop him on the run, Jaden Sharps does a good job of getting to the ball, getting set with his foot inbounds, and is able to come down with that catch.
1st and 10 at the Frankfort 26. Fry calling the numbers, takes a snap, fires a pass quickly across the field, and it was a little slant pass intended for Braden Clark, and Clark just wasn't quite there yet. Pass goes incomplete.
Yeah, it was one of those RPO looks yet again. And right now they're picking on number 23, Logan Athey, with that RPO. That's the 2nd time we've seen them run it. And, again, he's about 6 or 7 yards off the ball trying to be able to get over the top in case Braden goes deep, but just not able to get him the ball.
2nd and 10, 2 wideouts to the far side, single wide out to the near side. From the gun, Fry takes a snap. Pitches out to Kyle Fox, and Fox goes back to the line of scrimmage. I don't think he's going to get any gain out of that one. It was a fake handoff. He put it into the belly of Preston Cooper, jerked it quickly, and then just a little shuffle pass to Kyle Fox. No gain on the play, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, just tried a little bit of trickeration there where they fake it to Preston Cooper off the off tackle, and just kind of as Kyle Fox is acting like he's pulling over to this side, they just kind of shovel past it to him, and it is a pass. But good job by that Falcon defense of sniffing that one out.
He'll send out single wideouts to both sides of the field. Fry from the gun. Fakes the handoff. He rolls, steps back, sets in the pocket, fires one downfield. He's got a man. Oh, and a trip, and there should be a flag. Oh, my gosh. He stepped on the ankle, the foot of Isaiah Bush. Bush went to the ground, and I cannot believe there was no flag on that play.
I think they're going to give it as incidental contact as a feat. Both players that really wasn't a willful act to go and try to interfere with the receiver, but yeah, that's a tough one to swallow there, because I believe that Isaiah Bush would have had that for a touchdown.
And we have a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. 2:21 to go in the first quarter. Frankfort up 7-0. This is the Skyhawks Sports Network.
The Handley Funeral will be there when you're ready, even if you're returning home for the first time in years. That is why we offer the LG Rewards Card that'll save you money on your favorite convenience store purchases, or even get you free drinks or coffee, allowing you the time to plan that perfect return. Go plan yours today, and when you need us, we'll be there. Thank you to those who serve, so the LG family can serve you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC.
4th down and 10 for the Skyhawks. Ball at the Frankfort 26. Matt Frock takes a snap, drops back, wants to pass, looking downfield. He's in trouble. He'll tuck it in. Now he'll roll right. He's got some room. He's at the 20, and he is going to be very, very close, and it's all going to be according to the spot over there in front of the stick on the far side of the field. It looked a little short to me, and they're going to come up about a half a yard short. Ball will be turned over on downs to Frankfort.
Yeah, according to that line judge over there, he only got 8 of the 10 that he needed. And good job there by Matt Fry, though. He recognizes it early that he's not going to be able to sit back in the pocket and try to deliver a good ball. So instead, he just tucks it and goes around that outside where there's plenty of running room. But good closing job there by number 23, Logan Athey, of coming up and making a good tackle on Matt Fry.
2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Frankfort leads by 7. Frankfort will get the ball back for the second time in the ball game. They will be starting this drive on the Scott 17-yard line. Robinette takes it from the gun. He's going to keep it. He goes up the middle. He's got 10 now. He turns and goes left. He's up the sideline. He's got some speed. David Fennessy's the last shot. And Fennessy makes a ankle tackle all the way down at the 35-yard line on the Scott side of the field, or otherwise Luke Robinette would have been off to the races and then paid for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's ended up being a 48-yard gain for Luke Robinette. And as you said, Joe, Fennessy was the last man as we got a flag down here. So it looks like this one's probably going to come back. It looks like it may be a late flag.
Number 44 is out there holding his neck. That is Cameron Layton, one of the receivers. He's holding like he's in like a ton of pain, like on the back right of his neck. He's going to the sidelines. Yeah.
You see Sean Elkins out here. He's arguing something as well.
The officials are conferring down at the 30-yard line. Flag thrown back at the 30 or the 26-yard line.
Personal foul against Frankfort.
Yeah, it's going to go against the Falcons, and that will come back plus more. So that's kind of getting the Skyhawks fired up here just a little bit. Nice crowd making their way from Ridgely, West Virginia, making about the 4.5-hour trip down to Madison this afternoon. Beautiful day, just a little cold and a little windy. After the penalty, the ball goes all the way back to the Frankfort 13-yard line. It will be
1st and 15.
Yep, 1st and 15.
So big swing of momentum right there for the Skyhawks. Still not sure exactly what happened there.
44 finally goes to the sideline, takes his helmet off.
Apparently 44 is ejected.
Really? He was the one holding his neck out there like he was hurt.
Yeah, apparently that's what our man from Video Productions here is telling me. He was ejected from the ball game.
Did we not see anything on the replay?
No, I mean, there's honestly, I think it happened as the play was going up that sideline over there.
Of the field.
So I don't think you're going to be able to really see anything. Scott's going to take a timeout.
Yeah, we're going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 2:01 to go in the first quarter. Frankfort up by a score of 7-0. This is the Skyhawks Sports Network.
Serving the area since 1980.
Walgreens Find RX coverage is here to make Medicare easy. Even easier than those dances your grandkids love doing with you. Start Medicare shopping today with Walgreens Find RX coverage. Plus, find low-cost copays. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Walgreens.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me? Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Excitement of Frankfort out there on the field trying to argue his case, and the officials said
you're never going to win that.
Yeah, you're not going to win that one. You could stand out there, you're blue in the face.
I've tried plenty of times. You're never going to win
You've
that
proved
argument.
that theory, huh? So, but anyway, the Skyhawks are set and ready to go here with 2 minutes and 1 second to go in the first quarter.
No matter how much you think you're right, you're never going to win that argument with the official.
I mean, they're going to say, okay,
and you could be 100%
I agree with you.
right.
I agree with you. Here come the Falcons from the far sideline. First down 15. They'll send a receiver to the far side of the field. Otherwise, they're going to line up in that wing T formation. Quarterback is going under center. Luke Robinette calling the numbers. 2 running backs in the backfield. He'll hand it off up the middle. And making the initial stop there for the Skyhawks is number 16. And the running back gets about 3 yards on the carry. Second down and 12 now for the Falcons.
Yeah, it was Van Meters, the one that took the ball and was able to get that gain. Just a simple little fullback dive out of that wing T formation.
Second down 12 now for Frankfort. Wide out to the far side of the field. Quarterback now goes from the gun. Quarterback drops back. He's going to take it. And he is almost caught in the backfield. And he gets by one. He just stepped over Jay Sharps over there on the far side. And he will get enough yardage for the first down. What did he pick up, about 13, 14?
I had him picking up 12. So
they will move the sticks. It'll be, the ball is at the Frankfort 27-yard line.
But as we're talking about Jay Sharps, he tried to go low. Robinette is agile enough and athletic enough to where he's going to be able to get by those low tackles.
Here we go. Frankfort is set. Quarterback goes under center, goes a man in motion. Hands it off to the second man through is Van Meter. Van Meter is hit at the line of scrimmage over there. Looks like Dalton Milam made the initial stop, and he will pick up about 5 on the play. Second down and 5. The play clock and the game clock is almost identical.
As we said, Joe, the 2 most important members of this offense or defense today is going to be Trent Bias and Isaiah Brown. How much can they clog up the middle of that run game for Frankfort? And then it's going to be Keaton Wheatley and Connor Hughes of trying to set the edge whenever they do try to go to the outside.
And it looks like the game clock is just a hair ahead of the play clock. They're going to let it run out. At the end of the first quarter of play, Frankfort leads the Scott Skyhawks by a score of 7-0. This is Black and Gold Football on the Skyhawk Sports Network.
Everybody nowadays has a side hustle. Some drive cars, some make deliveries, some post videos. My side hustle is my McD app. Every time I use it, I rack up points and earn rewards for free items at McDonald's.
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health. We're bringing medicine home.
Every year, the big banks raise their fees while reducing the services they provide. How do they get away with that? If you were to join Pioneer Community Bank, your money would stay right here, supporting a local business, which results in lower fees and better customer service for you. Sounds like a plan. So you're not really stuck with the big banks and their policies. Keep your money where it belongs, right here with Pioneer Community Bank. Pioneer Community Bank with locations in Beckley, Yeager, Sophia, Moore, and Welch. Member FDIC.
33-yard line. It will be second down and 5 for the Falcons. Wind still blowing fairly briskly here at Skyhawk Field. However, otherwise, sun-wise, it's 100%. It is absolutely gorgeous. Luke Robinette, the quarterback, goes from the gun. He will fake the handoff. He rolls right. He's trying to get around the outside over there. He's being chased. Finally, Jay Sharps just shoves him out of Brown. He was being heavily pursued by Isaiah Brown, but he just couldn't catch him from behind. He'll pick up enough yardage for the first down.
Yeah, you're seeing right now, you're just seeing Frankfort as a 12-yard pickup for the quarterback, Robinette. They're the ones right now that are setting the edge on that outside, and David Fennessy and Keaton Wheatley on that side, especially whenever they go to that side on this last play, they're having a tough time of getting upfield. So therefore, it's going to be relying on Isaiah Bush and Jaden Sharps and some of these linebackers to get up and be able to kind of cut that run game down.
Falcons come out of the huddle. 1st and 10, ball right on the Frankfort 45-yard line. Robinette hands it off to a man in motion. No, keeps it. He's hit, runs into the line. He had the ball. He run into 3 Skyhawks at the line. Sidestepped him and turned around and went up the field to the left, and he will pick up, looks like 10 yards and just enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, as we said, Joe, Scott's just got to do a better job of tackling right now. They're trying to either go up high or they're trying to go lower than low. And these Frankfort skill position players, they're making them pay for it right now. These are guys that are big, and you're going to have to hit and drive into the ground in order to bring them down.
Last play was from their own 45. This play from the Skyhawk 45. Quarterback goes under center. Here comes a man in motion. He will hand it off to Van Meter. Van Meter just goes up the middle. And, man, they're going to give him a good spot on that one because his knees hit at the 41. They're going to spot it at the 40. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, with as big as body as he is, he's just able to fall forward, and his momentum will carry him at least a yard and a half, just because of how big he is and how he runs low to the ground.
Every play, Frankfort is taking all the time they can off the play. Play clock at 10. Single wide out to the near side. Quarterback goes under center. Comes the man in motion. Handoff to the man in motion. Comes around to the near side. Nice job there by Carter McClung. He stayed home. He met him. He took him down after about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, good job. Good play recognition there by Carter McClung. And he fights to get inside of the receiver, which was trying to block him, which was number 23, I believe. So it was number 9, Landon Kinzer, who was trying to set that edge from over on this side. He was just unable to do it, and Carter does a great job of fighting to get inside in order to blow up that play.
Here come the Falcons out of the huddle. 3rd down and 3. Ball at the Scott 37. Robinette goes under center. He will fake the handoff. He drops back. He wants to pass. He's in some trouble. Gets one down the field, and it's deflected over there by Scott's number 9, David Fennessy. Pass goes incomplete. 4th down, Frankfort.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to get it to number 34, which is Van Meter. And at the last second, Van Meter had space, but at the last second, David Fennessy, one of the most athletic kids on that defensive side of the ball, is able to get up and make a really good play to get a hand on that ball.
Almost had a one-handed interception on it, just couldn't hang on to it. 4th down 3 now for the Falcons. Big play for the black and gold, Black Hammer defense. And now we have an official timeout. Apparently, Scott is going to take a timeout. We will keep it here. 9:49 to go in the first half. Frankfort leads this one by a score of 7-0.
If I'm not mistaken, that was Scott's last timeout of the half, too. I mean, it's a big timeout to try to get this 4th down play set up, but we just hope that it doesn't have to come back and haunt you here as you get later into the game.
It's always good to leave one of those timeouts in your back pocket at least you see where you're at, going into at least about the 2-minute mark.
The good thing for Scott, though, is the way that they move the ball, are capable of moving the ball on offense. A lot of times that 2-minute drill turns into about a 45-second drill, the way they're able to throw the ball around the field and get in open space.
Skyhawks come out of the sideline with Coach Jeremy Dolan, Coach Eric McClung, and Coach Sean Elkins. Fairmont still huddled up across the way with their coaches. Umpire says, let's go, guys. Let's start that play clock. They're not even set the play clock. Now he blows the whistle. Now they start the 25-second clock. Frankfort has it 4th and 3. Big play here for both teams. Single wide out to the far side of the field. Quarterback goes from the gun. Man in motion. Hand takes it to the man in motion. He's going to throw a pass. He throws one downfield. He's got a man wide open on the trick play, and they are going into the end zone for a touchdown. On the reception over there, number 21, that is David Holslinger. Trick play bites the Skyhawks.
Yeah, that's a play that we've seen them run twice here in the first half already. And this time, it's one of those things, the over-aggressiveness of the Skyhawks. Isaiah Bush, he sees that the ball's handed off, and he just kind of comes to try to make a play on the ball, and that leaves Holsinger wide open at about the 30-yard line, or I'm sorry, about the 20-yard line. And it doesn't matter if he was led with the ball, or if it was underthrown or overthrown, he was able to get it and have nobody around him.
Who was that threw the pass?
It was number 7, John Anderson.
And it was for how many yards?
38 yards.
So the trick play catches the Skyhawks basically with their pants down, as the old saying goes, as the pass was completed to David Holslinger, senior, 6'0", 150-pound receiver.
And, I mean, it's the perfect play call if you're Frankfort, because there's nothing to lose right there. You're in plus territory. It's 4th and 3. You take the gamble there in order to call that trick play to see if it works out. If not, I mean, you're still what you would have been, if a punt, because you take the chance of it going back here. You just go for it, and that's the perfect time to call that play call right there, because there's not a lot to lose if it doesn't work.
Sensenbaugh kicked the extra point, and the Falcons are now up 14-0 with 9:40 to go here in the first half. Back deep for the Skyhawks will be Carson Brenniger. To the far side will be Isaiah Bush, and to the near side will be Preston Cooper. And Frankfort taking their good old time. They're still huddled up. Now they come out of the huddle for the kicking team.
Yeah, Frankfort does nothing
in a hurry. Hunter Shreve, the kicker, steps off his paces and ready to go. They'll be kicking from our right to left. Here comes the kick. It's a low trajectory ball taken at the 25 by David Fennessy. Fennessy gets up across the 35, falls forward to, looks like the 38. That's where the Skyhawks will put in play 1st and 10.
Yeah, low line drive kick. Those are oftentimes really, really tough.
Yeah, and it was kind of spinning in a circular motion.
Finney does a really good job of getting it and getting upfield quick. He picks up 12 on the return.
Yeah, I seen Fairmont Senior drop one of those on a kickoff last night.
Twice.
Yeah.
The back-to-back kickoffs.
Oh, really?
They fumbled, yes.
I was kind of flipping back and forth between that and the Hoover game. Here we go, Skyhawks. Matt Fry takes it, hands it off to Preston Cooper, and he is caught in the backfield. Making the stop back here is big. Number 75 for the defense. That's that junior Hayden Nestor, 6'2", 315 that Chris Barrett was talking about earlier. He just wrapped him up, and he went nowhere.
Yeah, and the bad part about it is when you run the ball like Scott does, you're going to have to double team him, which takes another guy off of one of the other defensive players.
Twin receivers go by both sides of the ball. Fry takes it. Little screen pass to Preston Cooper in the backfield. He's at the 40, 45, has the first, close to the first down, and he should have the first down. He's going to be very close on the 10-yard play. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 48.
And they're going to give him the first down.
And it will be a first down for the Scouts on the 10-yard gain. 8:40 on a rolling clock here in the second quarter. Skyhawks trail Frankfort 14-0. Skyhawks now have it 1st and 10, ball at their own 48. Going down the field from our left to right. Skyhawks will send twin receivers both sides of the ball. Fry takes a snap, drops back, wants to pass. Fires one downfield. Oh, and it's intercepted. Overthrown over there by, and they're saying the pass was incomplete.
No, they're saying he was down. His knee.
Oh, his knee down. Okay, so the interception will stand. That is interception number 6 on the season for Matt Fry. Bush was there. It was thrown just a hair high. Bush could not get up to make the catch, and it went right into the hands of David Hosslinger, the guy that just caught the touchdown pass. So he's got 2 big back-to-back passes, one from his quarterback and one from ours.
Yeah, just as you said, Joe, just a high throw. Isaiah Bush had plenty of room over there on that far sidelines, and it was just out of the reach of Bush, which you got to throw it high in order to get it out of the reach of him. He was not even able to he was barely able to get a finger on it, and it changed the ball to enough direction to where
actually it sent it up.
To get it.
It sent it up enough. So they will be starting at their own 38. Robinette goes from the gun. Robinette keeps it. He goes around to the right side. He's got some room. He's going to have the first down and a couple more. Looks like he's going to pick up about 12, maybe 13 on the play. They're going to spot the ball right on the 50, so they'll move the sticks. Gain of 12 on the play.
And right now, if you're Scott, you've got to find a way to do something. I know you were in this same position last week against East Fairmont, down 14 in the first half, but right now this is a different attack for Frankfort. East Fairmont was doing it through the air. Frankfort, they're doing it on the ground, and they are cutting possessions in half at this time and chewing up a lot of clock.
Here comes the Falcons. Twin receivers to the near side of the field. Hands off to back there home. Tyreek Powell took a lick back at the line of scrimmage. He picked up maybe a yard, but he knew he got hit on that one. Gain of 2 on the gain of 1 on the play. I don't know what Skyhawk hit him, but he went down hard. It's right in the middle. It may have been Trent Bice. 2nd and 9 for the Falcons. Game clock rolling at 7:40. Play clock rolling at 17. I bet this will be the lowest amount of offensive plays run in any game we've covered this season. Single wide out to the far side of the field. Robinette from the gun, go to man in motion, fakes a handoff. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He's got some room. Keaton Wheatley dives on the shoulders, pulls him down at the 40-yard line. Oh, now they're going to see where they're going to spot it. The side judge spotted it at the 40. Now they're going to spot it at the 39, and they're going to probably give them the first down, and they do.
Yeah, right now Scott just has zero answer for this power run game, and it's either from Luke Robinette or from Van Meter as Parker Van Meter for Frankfort. They just have no answer for it right now. They're not able to fill gaps. They're not able to get off blocks. And Frankfort right now, they're just churning away 6, 7, 8 yards a carry.
Ball at the Scott 39-yard line. Quarterback goes under center. Robinette takes a snap. Hands it off to Powell once again. Powell goes up the sideline. He's got a blocker, and he's going to almost broke loose over there. Finally over there, it was Milam Dalton, and also looks like Jay Sharps. It's actually David Fennessy reaching in there, grabbing with hands, because he was like in a V formation behind two blockers over there, and they could not get a hold of him to bring him down.
Yeah, 28-yard pickup on the play by Powell. And, again, we just see Frankfort, they're firing off the ball and getting really good pushes up front, and they're setting the edges good enough to where these running backs can get around the edge and pick up chunk plays.
First and goal at the Scott 11. First and 10, rather. Robinette takes it, hands it off to Van Meter up the middle. Van Meter will go across the 10. And they're going to spot it at the Scott 6-yard line. Gain of 4, second down and 6. Just under 6 minutes on a rolling clock here in the second quarter. Skyhawks down by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. And the Falcons knocking on the door to go up 3 touchdowns before we go to the half. Luke Robinette under center. Takes it, fakes the handoff. Quarterback goes around. He's trying to get around to the outside, and he is hit over there by Sharps and Isaiah Brown. I don't think he got anything out of that one.
He's going to pick up 1 to the 5, it looks like.
Gain of 1 on the play. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 for the Falcons. They'll send a wide out receiver to the near side of the field. Quarterback goes under center. Comes a man in motion. Hands it off to Van Meter. Van Meter just falls forward. He's hit at the line immediately by Trent Bice. No correction. That was Keaton Wheatley making the initial and the stop there. Down to the 3. 4th down and about a long yard for the Falcons. 4:30 on a rolling clock here in the second quarter.
But what they're doing on those off tackle plays is they're letting the defensive end have the inside, so that way they're able to push them back inside towards the middle of the offensive line, so that way it sets that edge. So what Scott has to do, they have to fight to try to get to the outside. I don't know if it's lining up further and trying to get upfield or what, but they're going to have to do something in order to stop this run game.
Falcons take a timeout. We will as well. 4:07 to go in the first half. Falcons lead at 14-0. This is the Skyhawks Sports Network.
Boone Memorial Health is hosting its 2nd annual community drive-through Thanksgiving.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can pay a little less and enjoy the ride a little more. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate, because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
At Little General Stores, we'll be there when you're ready, even if you're returning home for the first time in years. That is why we offer the LG Rewards Card that'll save you money on your favorite convenience store purchases, or even get you free drinks or coffee, allowing you the time to plan that perfect return. Go plan yours today, and when you need us, we'll be there. Thank you to those who serve, so the LG family can serve you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
1 for Frankfort at the Scott 3-yard line. After the timeout, quarterback goes under center. Hands it off to Van Meter. Van Meter gets the push, and he is stopped right at the goal line. So it'll be 1st and goal now for the Falcons inside the 1.
Yeah, again, you just see up front they're getting really good pushes and firing off the ball, and it's not even until about a yard or two down the field that a Scott player is even getting a hand on a ball carrier.
as we mentioned, Frankfort brings a pretty good crowd down I-79 to Madison this afternoon. The Frankfort Falcon Marching Band coming up at the half, as well as the Skyhawk Marching Band. Robinette under center, hands it off to Van Meter. Van Meter slides off of a Skyhawk player and goes into the end zone for the 1-yard run.
Yeah, and then Van Meter only getting to the 1 on that last play is actually favors Frankfort instead of Scott, because they were able to take an extra 39 seconds off the clock before putting one in right there. So instead of getting the ball or having it with 4-something left, you now have it with 3:31 left. And now Scott is in a dire position to where they have to put one on the board before halftime.
And a flag at the snap on the extra point.
Jay Sharps was a little early.
Yeah.
He was about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I was still writing down
now
the
Frankfurt's going to go for it.
Now they're going to go for 2. And so let's see what looks like Frankfort is going to go for the 2-point conversion here as the ball sits at the 1-yard line. Actually, it's supposed to be at the 1.5, but from here it sure looks like it's closer to the 1. That was more than a half the distance penalty.
How much you want to bet Parker Van Meter gets this ball?
Yeah, I bet it does too. Quarterback goes under center. Handoff to Van Meter. They're going to stop him, and they do not get it. Black and gold defense comes up with the stop. So the run fails as the Falcons now have a 20-0 lead with 3:31 to go in the first half.
But as I was saying, Joe, it's now dire for Scott to put one on the board here before halftime, because
Absolutely.
You're probably only getting at best you're going to get 4 possessions in the second half. Well, the way Frankfort runs their offense, I'm saying you only get 3 possessions, and that is with you getting the ball coming out of halftime.
Yeah, Scott
so
will
down
get the opening kick.
3 possessions right now. Scott has to put one on the board before going into halftime, so that way they can at least come out with the ball and try to make this a 1-score lead for Frankfort after that possession. So it's dire need, and as I said, they got the ball around midfield this last time and still was able to run almost 6 minutes off the clock before Scott's able to get the ball here. So
3:31 to go in the half. Skyhawks down by 20 here in the first half. I hope what you said is correct, that it's a tale of 2 halves, and the real Scott Skyhawks show up here after halftime. Hunter Shreve has it all teed up for the Falcons. Here comes the kick. It is a low end over end on the ground. It gets by Fennessy, and it will go out of bounds at the 20. And the official throws the flag down there because the ball, I thought Fennessy actually touched it when it rolled by him. So they're going to say Scott gets the ball at the 25.
35.
35, rather. First and 10, Scott. They will start the drive at their own 35-yard line. Got 3.5 minutes to go 65 yards. Skyhawks are out of the huddle and set and ready to roll. Twin receivers to the far side, twin receivers near side. Matt Fry, and Fry drops back. He looking, fires one down the field. He's got Braden Clark, and it's overthrown. Clark was wide open, but once again, the Matt Fry pass is overthrown.
Yeah, all the coverage there by the Frankfort secondary was over the top. So a well-placed ball, just a little underneath of Braden Clark, and he's got an easy completion. But that time he just put just a little too much air underneath it, and it sailed on him just enough to where that was over the head of Braden Clark.
Same formation, Skyhawks in receivers, twins both sides of the field. Fry from the gun, takes the snap, drops back, wants to pass, fires quickly to Braden Clark. He goes out of bounds at the, actually they're saying they kept him in bounds. He'll get up to the 40. He'll pick up 5 on the play, third and 5 now for the Skyhawks.
That was a tough spot there. I thought he initially got
to the 40. He did, man. Yeah. Scott is getting, I don't feel like Scott's getting the fair shake on the spots here in the first half.
I thought he got to the 40, and then when he was spun around, he went out at the 39.
They shoved him backwards, yeah. Same formation for the Skyhawks. Fry drops back under a little bit of pressure, and he gets it thrown complete to Clark at the 50. Clark's still on his feet at the 45. He's free at the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Scott got away with one.
Wow. I mean, they had Matt Fry wrapped up back there, and he just literally jumped and threw. He found Braden Clark back here for the touchdown with 2:38 to go here
comes the All-State replay. And Matt Fry, he's scrambling around. He's able to get just enough off of this throw to get it to Braden Clark. And a block right here. I couldn't tell who it was by, but that's is able to spring Braden Clark in to the end zone. And Scott, just as we said, Joe, needed to put one on the board before halftime. They're able to do it in the unconventional way.
Yeah. Cole Elkins on the hold. Snap is back. The ball is down. The kick is blocked. So the Skyhawks are only going to muster up 6 points on that play.
It was a 61-yard touchdown strike, but it was just it was a play where Braden Clark, he just fires off the ball with the coverage that Frankfort's playing. They're 6, 7, 8 yards off the ball, and their initial motion is to go back because of the speed of Braden Clark, and he just runs a little curl route where he sets in an open spot on the field, and Matt Fry does a good job of buying enough time, and as he's going down, he's able to get enough on the throw that allows him to get the ball to Braden Clark, and then Braden Clark does everything else. After a couple little blocks over here around the 40-yard line, he's able to break free. And we talk about it all the time. Him, Carson Brenniger, and David Fennessy have that track speed, and there's not a lot of people that's going to be able to outrun those three guys on the football field.
Now, the question of the afternoon, 2:38 to go on the clock. Can Frankfort run something fast? Here we go. Cameron Green. They're going for the – oh, what a hit. It was going to – they went for the onside kick. And whoever took that took a shot. Number 4 for Frankfort, that is Uriah Cutter, and he's still down. I think there was about 3 Skyhawks that took a lick at him about the same time, trying to pop the ball loose. I don't see any flags on the field. The officials are all huddled up there, pointing around it, but I don't see any flags. Yes. And we have a timeout on the field for an injury. We'll take a timeout as well. 2:38 to go here in the first half of play. Scott trails Frankfort by a score of 20-6. And let's just keep it here now that the player is up. He is walking gingerly off the field under his own power, puts his helmet back on. Now he takes off in a jog. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him, but he was hit hard. Frankfort will put the ball in play, 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Luke Rowanette will be calling the signals as the senior quarterback for the Falcons. Here come the Falcons out of the huddle. Play clock at 10. Robinette will go from the gun. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He's going to break free. He's on the run. He's at the 40, 35, 40. He's going all the way into the end zone. He is going to outrun Jay Sharps and Isaiah Bush. And just that quick, they jump out and put their 4th touchdown of the afternoon on the board.
53 yards on the keeper for Robinette. And as we said, Scott just does not have an answer for that inside run. As it's the 4th time today they've just been able to go through pretty much the teeth of the defense. Trent Bice and Isaiah Brown and that defensive line, and they're just finding all kinds of running room.
Sensenbaugh's coming on to attempt to kick the extra point. The ball is back. The kick is high, end over end. It is good as the Falcons jump out to a 27-6 lead with 2:28 to go here in the first half. Now the only hope for the Skyhawks that they can bounce back and put another touchdown on the board before going to the half to go in with a be down 2 touchdowns instead of 3. Or actually, it's still down 3 plays. 3 scoring drives. That's what I was trying to say.
Update on the West Virginia game. It is tied 14-14 now after a pick 6
by
West Virginia. Well, it's 14-13. I'm sorry. We apparently probably missed the extra point. So that's West Virginia football for you.
Yeah, I knew something's going to happen. This is, many sources are saying this is Neil Brown's. No, but apparently I'm hearing my sources are saying they've got the buyout money available. They've come up with it.
So we can pay a high school coach $250,000 a year.
Thanks to the former AD. High end over end kick. It will be Isaiah Bush taking it at the 14, across the 20, 25, still on his feet, across the 30, still on his feet. And the ball pops loose, and Frankfort saying they have it. And let's wait till they clear the pile, and it is Frankfort football. Nothing has gone right for the Skyhawks this afternoon. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, the fumble's going to be recovered around the 37-yard line. I wasn't able to see who it was that picked it up for Frankfort, but just trying to gain extra yards there is Isaiah Bush, and just not able to hold on to the football. And as you said, Joe, just nothing going right for Scott here today. And you're still giving Frankfort 2:19 on the clock to try to put one more on the board right here.
Ball will be spotted at the Scott 37-yard line. Frankfort will send a receiver out to the near side, flanker to the far side. That flanker now comes in motion. Handoff to the flanker. He's coming to the near side of the ball, trying to get around, goes upfield. Isaiah Brown gets him from behind, slings him around, slings him down at the 30 after about a 7-yard gain on the play.
They're going to give him 8. They're going to give him the 29.
So a gain of 8, second down and a long 2. Robinette goes over and talks to Coach Kevin Whiteman. They come out of the huddle with 12 seconds to go. Here we go. Robinette from the gun. Takes the handoff. Robinette, quarterback keeper, goes up the middle. Nice job, Isaiah Brown.
Ball.
And the ball pops up. Scott says they have it, and the official says they have it as well. It is Jay Sharps that comes up with the fumble recovery, and the Skyhawks come up with a little momentum getter here with a minute and a half to go before the half. Skyhawks needed that one bad. Ball is at the Scott 25-yard line. Here come the Skyhawks out of the huddle. 1:34 on the clock here in the first half. Single wide out to the near side. Triple receivers far side. Matt Fry from the gun. Fry takes the snap. Drops back. Looking. Rolls right. He's in some trouble. Throws it away, and he throws it intended for Carson Brenninger. Brenninger cannot get the hands on the ball. Incomplete pass, but that does stop the clock on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and then for Matt Fry, he's just not been comfortable in the pocket all day. And the thing is Frankfort's doing a good job of once he does break the pocket to try to get outside to take off, they are doing a fantastic job of in pursuit of making it life hard on him once he does get out of the pocket.
Skyhawks go twin receivers both sides of the field. Fry calls the numbers, takes a snap, drops back, looking, fires one downfield. Oh, into the hands of Jay Sharps, and he cannot find the handle. Incomplete. 3rd down, Scott.
I almost think that ball was supposed to be to Braden Clark, who was running an out route right around the 1st down marker, and he threw it in the vicinity of Jay Sharps. And I think that's why Jay had to reach behind him to try to make that catch, was because it was probably actually intended for number 1, Braden Clark.
1:22 to go in the first half. 3rd and 10 now for the Skyhawks. Twin receivers each side of the ball. Fry takes it, drops back, has plenty of time. He's under some pressure, and he gets away. He tucks it under. He's at the 30, 35, 40. He goes forward. He will pick up the first down and more on the quarterback keeper.
Got to get on the ball. Got no timeout. 16 yards on the run.
They stop the clock. 4 to move the sticks. Twin receivers both sides. Now the clock is rolling. 1:08 to go. Fry is set and ready. Takes a snap, drops back, looking, fires one to the near side. Braden Clark wheels it in at the 48, and he is trying to get out of bounds, and they're saying he cannot do it after about a 5-yard gain. The clock is rolling, and now we have a whistle, and the clock has stopped.
And Coach Jeremy Dolan's telling him right now, get out of bounds. He had the opportunity to and tried to cut back into the middle of the field to try to gain some more yards. I didn't think Scott had any more time.
I didn't think we had any left either. We will keep it here with 49 seconds to go in the half.
I had them using their last time out with 9:49 to go in the second half. But
anyway, the officials are not excited, so apparently they had one in their back pocket.
I've been wrong before.
No.
I will admit that. I've been wrong before. So
the situation is Scott trails by 21 points, 27-26. Scott has the ball, second down and 6 at their own 45-yard lines. 49 seconds on the clock. Scott desperately needs a score to pull it within 2 touchdowns here on this drive. Skyhawks come out of the huddle. Frankfort is getting set and ready to go as well. Second down and 6. Twin receivers, both sides for Scott. Fry goes from the gun, takes a snap, drops back. Fry has some time. He tucks it under. Now he rolls right, unloads one downfield. It's caught. Jay Sharps catches it all the way down at the 33-yard line. First down, Scott. 40 seconds to go in the half.
And now they throw the ball away from the official, and he's got to go track it down, so that's going to take more time off the clock potentially.
Scott is set and ready to go. Clock has not started. Clock now starts. Fry takes a snap, drops back, fires one across the way, and it's intercepted or deflected. It is deflected over there. Number 7 for Frankfort, John Anderson, almost had an interception there.
Yeah, it was a very good read on that ball. As you said, John Anderson made a quick decision to come up and try to break up that pass, and almost was rewarded for his aggressiveness by almost coming up, as you can see, just seen on the All-State replay.
But the good thing is that did stop the clock. 32 seconds to go. Fry is set and ready. Twin receivers, both sides of the ball. Low snap. Fry picks it up, hammers one down the field, and it is intercepted at the 10. On the return is Frankfort's number 4, Araya Cutter. And Frankfort comes up with a big turnover there. And that will stop the clock.
Yeah, the ball's just a little underthrown from Braden Clark, who had a step on his man. And if it's out in front of him, it's probably a touchdown, but just a touch underthrown. And as you said, Uriah Cutter is the one that has ended up able to pick that pass off, and he's able to return it up to about the 12-yard line.
It looks like they will be starting at their own 17-yard line. And Frankfort's going to take a knee and run out the clock, and the halftime will occur. At the half, Frankfort leads Scott by a score of 27-6. And the Skyhawks have got a lot of homework to do as they head off to the locker room. We'll step aside and be back with more after this. This is the Skyhawk Sports Network.
For over a century, the attorneys at Schaefer & Schaefer have served individuals and businesses throughout West Virginia and take pride.
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health. We're bringing medicine home.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me? Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Whoa! Touchdown, yeah! And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And Chris Barrett, you made a comment there in the earlier in the game. The Skyhawks haven't put together a good full game of football since Chapmanville, and let's just keep our fingers crossed that Coach Jeremy Dolan and the assistants can get these guys fired up and come up with a different game plan for the second half, because like I said a minute ago, I don't feel like Scott's done anything right, and Frankfort's done everything right here in the first half.
Yeah, and it's especially hurts you whenever you look at the team that Frankfort is. They want to cut the game in half and chew a lot of clock and see what happens, and that does not bode well for the Skyhawks in the second half, down 3 touchdowns. You know, you get the ball coming out of half, but then you got to try to get the ball back twice in order to tie it without them scoring. So it's going to be a tough one for the Skyhawks here in the second half.
Before we go to our next break, there was a lot of pictures floating around from the East Fairmont game last week. At the end of the game, there was a dejected Fairmont player sitting on the ground down around about the 5-yard line, just all by himself. And Connor Hughes went over and consoled the young man. And they got a lot of play. My hat's off to Connor Hughes for doing that. And I caught up with Connor this week and talked to him about that incident. Connor, after the ball game with East Fairmont last week, there was one of the East Fairmont players sitting on the field down near the end zone in the end of the field, and you went over and spoke to that young man. What did you tell him?
I told him that just keep his head up, that he was a good football player, and that there was a lot more in life than just football, and that don't hang his head on it, that just keep on moving forward in life. What prompted you to do that? Man, I'm a singer, and I know how I would feel when it's going to be my last game, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's what I would like from someone to come over and console me, and you know what I mean? So I went over to that kid. Did he say anything back to you? He had a few words. He was upset, you could definitely tell. But he heard me, and he said thank you and stuff. He was a good kid. That was Connor Hughes, a senior ball player, and consoling. But I just thought that was a nice gesture on his part.
Yeah, he's a good kid. A lot of people give him a bad rap because he's high-motored, high energy, and you see him on the sidelines a lot, just kind of acting like a fool, but he's a great kid.
We'll step aside, take a break. When we come back, we'll have the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coming up next. This is the halftime show. The score at the half, Frankfort leads the Skyhawks by a score of 27-6. This is the Skyhawks Sports Network.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best.
Walgreens Find RX coverage is here to make Medicare easy. Even easier than those dances your grandkids love doing with you. Start Medicare shopping today with Walgreens Find RX coverage. Plus, find low-cost copays. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Walgreens.
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health. We're bringing medicine home.
Every year, the big banks raise their fees while reducing the services they provide. How do they get away with that? If you were to join Pioneer Community Bank, your money would stay right here, supporting a local business, which results in lower fees and better customer service for you. Sounds like a plan. So you're not really stuck with the big banks and their policies. Keep your money where it belongs, right here with Pioneer Community Bank. Pioneer Community Bank with locations in Beckley, Yeager, Sophia, Moore, and Welch. Member FDIC.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank. Member FDIC. An equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Barker's Hardware is your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. Barker's Hardware is your headquarters for Benjamin Moore paints, fasteners, hand tools, power tools, keys, locks, electrical and plumbing supplies, and so much more. Shop where the local contractors shop. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and on Saturdays until 5. Barker's Hardware in Danville. Free parking the entire length of the building.
WZAC-FM, Danville, Madison.
Welcome back to the Miller Brothers Pharmacy Halftime Report. We recently had the chance to sit down and talk with the offensive coordinator, Glenn Fry, and his son, the starting quarterback for the Skyhawks, Matt Fry, about how they get along on and off the field.
What kind of relationship do you guys?
We have a pretty good relationship. We do good at balancing out between him coaching me and having a good relationship at home.
And Glenn, how tough is it to coach Matt on Friday nights when he's out there and you're trying to get points on the board?
Friday nights is never the trouble. It's the Monday through Thursday is the hardest part of the coaching. That's the truth.
Yeah. What do you guys do when you're not on the football field? I get two big smiles.
Fish, anything we think about, but we still do football at home a lot.
I understand. Matt, between passing and rushing this season, you're a little over 3,000 yards. Did you think you'd have that kind of season back in August?
I don't know if I thought I would, but that was definitely my goal. I'm glad it's worked out that way.
What are you talking? I mean, I know you got another full season, and this season's not even over. But what would you like to do after graduation from Scott?
Definitely play football somewhere and just see what's out there to offer for me.
Glenn, how tough is it out there when you see Matt take a hard hit or maybe it's a little slow getting up? How do you take that as a dad as well as a coach?
I probably don't think of it as a dad as much as an offensive coordinator. Let's put it that way.
Because then you got to come up with a backup plan.
Yes.
So you guys were talking about you talk football at home. How much of the X and O's do you all work on at home after practice each week?
It's usually not at all after practice. We're pretty well done with each other at the end of the evening. On Saturdays and Sundays, we review a lot of film and we go over things we should have done different, reads that he missed, and play calls that should have changed on my part, or why he told me we shouldn't run this or that at the time I call it in, and things like that.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'm going to cut this segment a little shorter because of time constraints, but phenomenal. Okay, I'm sorry, Chris.
I got one question.
Go for it, Mr. Barrett. I'm sorry.
The RPO that you guys incorporated, was that something you come into this season wanting to run, or was it something that you kind of developed as the season kind of progressed? Because I know at Hoover you all were talking about how Matt come to the sidelines and really told you guys that kind of read option that he took for like 60-some yards there was kind of hit what he's seen. Is that something you guys wanted to do coming in the season, or is it something just developed?
We actually did that last year on the throwing end. Obviously, we didn't have as many receivers, so it wasn't as prevalent. But no, that was in the game plan from day one, knowing the skill set we had. We started in August. you know.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Glenn Fry, the offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, and, of course, Matt Fry, the starting quarterback, the junior, having a phenomenal season this season. And Chris, kind of run over his stats there real quick.
This season he is through 10 games, 150 completions, 248 attempts, just a shade under 61% completion percentage, 2,542 yards. He is averaging 254 yards per game, 33 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So it's been a fantastic season. So.
We've been talking to the offensive coordinator, Glenn Fry, and his son, Matt, who is the quarterback for the Skyhawks. We recorded that segment prior to last Friday's game against East Fairmont, and Matt's stats have been updated a little bit as follows. In the passing department, he's 157 completed on 257 attempts, 61.09 completion rate, for a total of 2,704 yards and 35 touchdowns. He's thrown 5 interceptions. Rushing the ball, Matt has 56 carries, 579 yards for 8 touchdowns. He averages a little over 10 yards per carry and about 52 yards per game. All told, Matt is responsible for 3,283 yards this season and a total of 43 touchdowns. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more of our Miller Brothers Pharmacy halftime report after this. You're listening and watching Scott Skyhawk Football on WZAC Video Productions and the Skyhawk Sports Network.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can pay a little less and enjoy the ride a little more. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate, because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
At Little General Stores, we'll be there when you're ready, even if you're returning home for the first time in years. That is why we offer the LG Rewards Card that'll save you money on your favorite convenience store purchases, or even get you free drinks or coffee, allowing you the time to plan that perfect return. Go plan yours today, and when you need us, we'll be there. Thank you to those who serve, so the LG family can serve you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Nachos, better with Pepsi.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Halftime report, and in this segment we caught up with a couple of Matt Fry's targets, and that is Jaden Sharps and Isaiah Bush. Joining us now is a couple more guys that we've called their name out many times this season. Jay, do you rather go by Jay or Jaden? I'll call you both on the radio.
Well, I feel like people who don't really know me, like they mostly call me Jaden, or like my girlfriend calls me Jaden, but honestly everybody else calls me Jay. So either way is cool, but I like Jay's cool.
First of all, where did the shirts come from? I love it.
The shark shirts, that's from Coach Rich. You know, we was the Shark of the Weeks this week.
Oh, okay.
I've been waiting to get it, but we was finally able to get our shirts.
All right, and Isaiah, that first game at Hoover, what did you think about it at the end of the night? Could you believe you had a game like that?
Honestly, no, but we had worked on it for a while. Like the whole off season, we knew that it was going to be a big game, and I don't know, we just came to play.
What's been your favorite part of the season so far?
My favorite part of the season was probably beating Logan at homecoming. You know, that was it was a tense and emotional game, but we came to play.
I'm going to ask you a real tough question. Who is the funniest guy on the team?
The funniest guy on the team?
He had to look around to kind of see. I was kind of surprised.
Gavin Bias, without a doubt.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Jay, what do you think about when you're running down the sidelines or down the field and you kind of, you know, get that quick glance over the shoulder, you're expecting the pass, and, I mean, what are you thinking at that moment? I mean, what's going through your mind when you know everybody's watching you at that point?
I feel like I've worked for so long, even before I started playing receiver in 8th grade and before I was a quarterback, but even like throwing in the yard with my parents and my dad and my brother. And, you know, during COVID and stuff, I kind of like unintentionally, just because I was bored, I just go out and throw football with my brother. And I think it really just comes natural now. So I'm looking back, trying to find it. When I locate it, it's all about watching the ball into your hands. I feel like a lot of the time when I make a drop or when one of us makes a drop, it's mostly you take your eye off the ball. And it's pretty simple. Like, it's easy to say just keep your eye on the ball, but you really have to watch it all the way into your hands, I feel like. And so when I'm looking up, I'm really just focusing on watching it until I see it in my hands, catch it, and then run.
I want to shift. I know you guys are big on the offensive side, but defensive side, you both have had really good seasons this year defensively. What's it like knowing, you know, Isaiah, for you on that side over there, kind of playing, you like to play a lot of up on press, you know, you and Carter both like to at times. What's it like having this guy behind you, knowing that, you know, if you get beat with your speed, it's not very often, but if you do get beat, what's it like having the blanket behind you?
It's a great feeling, honestly, because I won't say it happens a lot, but it happens a lot. You know, but having them behind us is it's really, really nice. It's like I'll stay calm even if I get beat because I know that we got that protection behind us.
And for you, Jay, you know, having guys like Carter and Isaiah on the sides, you get to play more of a true center field than having no shade toward one side so much. So what's it like having two corners on each side to where you can kind of play that true safety position?
It makes it a lot easier, and you know, especially when they're pressing the guy off the ball, it gives me some more time to read the play because it's difficult sometimes when we're back playing cover two. You know, when we're in cover two shell, we not only have to worry about playing deep half, but we also have to come up and run the alley on the run plays. So when they provide that flat coverage and, you know, they're bumping them off their routes, it gives me and Carson more of a chance to read the play. And if it's a run, come up and make. If it's a pass, get our drop and get our eyes on the receivers. But I feel like the big thing this year is I was all right at safety last year, but a really important part is you got to read the play. You can't keep your eyes on the quarterback the whole time. When you read pass, you got to get your eyes on the receiver, see what you're getting. So when they're up there pressing them and making their life difficult, it makes it easier for us. So we can see what we got and we can cover the field more.
Hey Jay, real quick, I want to ask you one last question. We had senior night last Friday night, but now at the point at that time you knew you had at least one more game. So now, how do you approach each game as a senior, knowing possibly could be my last game?
You know, it's hard. I played my whole life, and like you said last week, it was senior night, but at the same time, it didn't really feel like it because I knew that wasn't it. It wasn't over, and I'm just really blessed to have the opportunity to say I don't know when my last game's going to be because I know that's the case for a lot of people. They're like, you know, that was it. So it's really just taking it game by game and going out there and giving everything I got because I know if I walk off that field a loser and I didn't give everything I had, then I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. So I know coming out tomorrow, I'm just going to give everything I have.
We were talking with senior receiver Jaden Sharps and sophomore receiver Isaiah Bush. Both of these young men have some outstanding statistics on the season. In the rushing department, Isaiah Bush has 26 catches, 686 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Jay Sharps has 659 yards receiving on 45 catches, and he also has 10 touchdowns. On the other side of the ball, Sharps has made 67 tackles, has 3 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles. Also, Isaiah Bush on the defensive side has 39 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 3 interceptions with 2 pick sixes. We'll be back with more of our Miller Brothers Pharmacy halftime report after this break. This is Black and Gold Football on WZAC Video Productions and the Skyhawks Sports Network.
When I see smiling selfies and happy videos in my feed, I think to myself, these people must have the McD app. It lets me rack up points and earn rewards for free items at McDonald's, like a sausage burrito with scrambled eggs, pork sausage and melty cheese, or
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health. We're bringing medicine home.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Whoa! Touchdown, yeah! And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Early took the opening drive down, scored on a 6-yard touchdown. Then with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, John Anderson kind of on a trick play. He took a pitch back from the quarterback, Luke Robinette, fired one downfield 38 yards on the catch and run to David Hollister, and the Falcons jumped up to a quick 14-point lead. Then Parker Van Meter found the end zone from 1 yard out late in the second quarter. Skyhawks did bounce right back on a 61-yard pass play from Matt Fry to Braden Clark. The extra point failed, and then Luke Robinette, the quarterback for the Falcons, scored again right before the half with 2:28 to go, and that's where we stand, 27-6. We are ready to get the second half of action underway. Here comes a kick from Hunter Shreve, a high end-over-end kick. It is taken by Jay Sharps at the 22. It's across 21, and he is drilled at the 30-yard line. And that's as far as he got on that return. Looked like he was going to break down the sideline, but he was caught by a Frankfort defender over there.
8-yard pickup on the return by Jay Sharps. But as you said, Joe, it was a very hard-earned 8 yards because he took a big hit over there on that far sidelines.
Scott will start this drive at their own 31-yard line. They'll bring 3 receivers wide out to the near side, single wide out to the far side. Matt Fry from the gun. Opening snap here in the second half. Fry drops back, fires one across the middle. It is low and cannot be reeled in over there on the far side by, I think it's Isaiah Bush. So the ball goes incomplete, stops the clock, 2nd and 10 now for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, just wide open there on that RPO. They run it really well, and Bush gets a really good release over there on that far side, just not able to get him the ball.
Braden Clark will line up wide to the near side as well as Jay Sharps. From the gun, Fry takes it, drops back, looking, fires across the middle. It is deflected and almost intercepted at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down for Scott.
Yeah, he was looking over the middle to Jay Sharps and just was not able to get it over top of big number 75. Again, he's 6'2", 315 pounds on that defensive line. And, across the board on the defensive line, you got 6'3", 6'5", 6'2", 6'3", so you got to be able to get it over the line.
Twin receivers, both sides of the ball. Fry from the gun. Fry drops back, wants to pass, looking, fires one downfield. He puts it in the air. It is intercepted. back at the 30-yard line on the return coming around the near side. He's at the 40. He will step out of bounds at the 47-yard line. On the interception and the return is Luke Robinette, the quarterback and secondary defender for the Falcons.
Yeah, just again, this time the ball's not underthrown. It's a little overthrown. And as you said, the defender had to kind of go backwards enough to where it kind of pushed him to where he had to change directions to get around this near side, but able to find a lot of running room and get a couple blocks to push it up towards midfield.
Robinette and company will start at their own 48-yard line. 11:36 to go here in the third quarter. And let's see if this black and gold defense can step up and make some stops now. Robinette goes under center. There goes a man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback going. He gets around to the outside, and he is caught at the line of scrimmage. He will fall forward. Dalton Milam making the stop from behind.
Yeah, Connor Hughes had a shot at him there in the backfield and made him change directions just enough to allow him, the rest of the Scott defense, to get over to make a tackle. He does gain 2 yards on the play, but instead of him having a free rein to that outside where he's able to cut it upfield and get big chunks of yardage, Connor Hughes made him change direction just enough to let that Scott defense catch up.
Once again, Robinette will go under center. Here comes the man in motion. Handoff to the man in motion, coming to the near side. And he is hit by Jay Sharps at the line, behind the line of scrimmage. He will go down for at least a 2-yard loss, maybe a 3. And they're going to give him the spot. Oh, my gosh, they're going to give him another generous spot. Loss of a yard on the play. Should have been a loss of 2. 3rd and 9 now for the Falcons.
As you said, Joe, Jay Sharps was there, but another good job there by Carter McClung out here on this near boundary. He does a good job of fighting to get to the inside and actually forces John Anderson back in to where Jay Sharps is able to make that tackle.
3rd and 9 now for the Falcons. Robinette goes under center. Here comes a man in motion. Robinette hands it off, and they're going to break the tackle. He's stopped in the secondary by Isaiah Bush after a gain of about 6. It'll be 4th down and 4 for the Falcons.
Yeah, and what that's going to do now is picking up 7 yards on the 3rd down play. That allows Frankfort to actually go for it here if they really want to. Looks like they're sending some of their guys to the sideline over there, but they have the opportunity to go for it right here if they really want to.
They're huddled up. We're not sure if they're going to punt it, and it looks like they are dropping the punter back. This will be the first time they've punted the ball this afternoon. Punter standing back at his own 42. And it's almost blocked. It's a short punt. Goes out of bounds. Oh, my goodness gracious. That ball looked like it went out about the 40, and the official run back here and marked it more like about the 35.
Now he's moving up.
I was going to say, I'm about half blind, but I could see that.
So it's really only going to be a 2-yard punt.
Yeah. So the pressure by the black and gold defense on the punt rush will give the Skyhawks the ball at their own 41-yard line. And we're having apparently some problems with the play clock. The play clock is apparently, it's like it's set and reset, not, there it goes.
Play clock's going to be kept on the field. Looks like both play clocks are malfunctioning.
It popped up 25 seconds and started counting down and went back off. Skyhawks send a wide receiver to each side of the field. Matt Fry goes from the gun, fakes the handoff. Fry steps back. He's under some pressure. He'll throw it away. At the last split second, pass goes incomplete. He is taken out of bounds over there by Tyreek Powell. Be 2nd and 10.
They tried to run a little RPO right there. Matt Fry didn't have anywhere to go with it initially, so he rolled like he was going to try to run. But, again, good pursuit by that Frankfort front as they're able to push him back in the backfield enough to where he has to just get rid of it, and a wise decision to just throw it at the feet of somebody to avoid an interception.
Isaiah Bush will line out wide to the near side. Twin receivers to the far side and a tight end to this side. Fakes the handoff across the middle. It is deflected. Once again, big number 75 deflects the pass. Incomplete, 3rd down 10.
Yeah, as I said, Joe, it's going to be hard to get passes through the line of scrimmage that's over the middle because of the height of this Frankfort defensive line. They've got their smallest rotation player right there, 6'2", and that is the Nestor kid, who's the biggest kid on the field and probably the strongest kid on the field here today. And it's just going to be tough to make those throws.
3rd down 10 for Scott. Once again, they will send out Bush wide to the near side. Twin receivers to the far side. 3rd and 10. Matt Fry drops back, looking, fires one downfield. He's got Bush there, and Bush pulls in the catch, and the officials are saying he was out of bounds. Incomplete. 4th down, Scott.
Yeah, it's a tough throw for the quarterback to make. He's over on that far hash, has to throw back over here to the near side, and had to put just too much air under it, and it didn't allow Isaiah Bush to run underneath it enough to get a foot down, so it ends up incomplete. But big 4th down here for Scott, as this could be a crucial point in the game moving forward.
You're down 3 touchdowns. You have no choice but to go for it. 4th and 10. Ball at the Scott 42-yard line. Fry from the gun. Fry drops back. Fires one downfield. He's got Clark there. He hauls it in down at and he can't hang on to it. He was at just between the 25 and the 30. It looked like Clark was pulling it in, but couldn't hang on to it when he hit the ground.
Yeah, perfectly thrown ball there by Matt Fry, and really good job there by Braden Clark of trying to work towards the ball. But at the last second, number 23, which is Logan Athey, kind of got into a really good position. He never looked back for the ball, but he read the eyes of Braden Clark, and as the ball was coming down, he got that hand in there, the arm in there, in order to deflect that ball and make it a really tough catch for Braden Clark.
Turnover on downs. Falcons will have it on the Scott 42-yard line. Falcons still huddled up. Play clock at 17 and rolling. Clock on the field back up and running. Robinette goes under center. Got a man in motion. Hands it off to Van Meter. No. Let's see. Hand off to. That is Van Meter. And he is stopped in the backfield, thrown for a 1-yard loss. 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, it was big. Trent Bias was the one that was able to really get a good push up front, knock the center back off balance enough to where he's able to get by him, and he's able to wrap up Van Meter, which is what you absolutely have to do, and wrestle him to the ground.
2nd and 11. Here come the Falcons. Play clock at 15 and rolling. They'll send a wide receiver out to the near side. Quarterback goes under center. They'll fake the handoff, fires a pass across the field, and it's incomplete. Jay Sharps, the receiver, made the catch, which was number 7, but as soon as he caught that ball, Jay Sharps drilled him, and he couldn't hang on to it. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, really good closing speed there by Jaden Sharps. He reads it, sees exactly where they want to go with the ball, and it just flies over there, and when he does, perfectly timed there. Right as Anderson is making the catch, Jay Sharps comes up and lays a shoulder right into the chest of Anderson. Clean hit, clean play. Really good job there by Jaden Sharps, the safety.
3rd down 11 now for Frankfort as they come out of the huddle. Tight end lines up tight. Quarterback keep it, goes to the right. He is met at the line of scrimmage. David Fennessy is there. Isaiah Brown is there. And Keaton Wheatley is there to make the stop. Gain of 2, 4th down and 9 now for the Falcons. Looks like it's going to be about 7.5. We'll call it 4th and, well, actually 8.5. 4th and 9, we'll call it. Ball right at the 40-yard line of Scott. They're going up. Actually, it looks like they've sent the punter on. Sharps back deep. Actually, Preston Cooper back deep. Snap to the punter. He gets it off. This time an end-over-end kick. It is fielded, and they let it roll. It will roll into the end zone. Good decision over there by Jaden Sharps to let that one roll. I was questioning it there for a split second because it looked like it wasn't going to have enough momentum to get in the end zone, but it does. Scott will start the drive at their own 20.
Yeah, I think Jaden Sharps was kind of trying to deke the defenders there, the punt team for Frankfort, as he came up like he was going to try to field it to try to get them to stop, to try to alleviate them trying to get back and down that inside the 10-yard line. And good job there by Jay Sharps if that's what he was trying to do.
First and 10, Scott at their own 20. Now they'll send Bush out wide to the near side. It will be Clark out wide to the far side. Fry drops back, wants to pass. Looking. Now he tucks it under, rolls left. Looking, fires one downfield, and he's got and a flag. And the catch is made.
Incomplete.
The pass does go incomplete, but there's a flag back there.
Yeah, at the last second, the defender on Isaiah Bush, which was number 4, I believe, or 7, I'm sorry, John Anderson. He grabs the back of the jersey of Isaiah Bush to try to get enough leverage of not letting him make that catch.
Pass interference to the defense.
And a good call there from this near side official. The far side official wasn't able to see it, but good job there by I couldn't get his flag out, is what I'm told. Okay.
Okay. It was hung in his pocket. With the penalty, that will give the Skyhawks first and 10.
Should be at the 35.
Yep. And that's where they spot the ball, at the Scott 35. Scotts will send a wide receiver out far, both sides of the ball. Fry from the gun, takes a snap, puts it into the belly of Preston Cooper, and it's going to be thrown for a big loss on the play. And they're going to say he lost 5. Second and 15.
Yeah, big number 69 for Frankfort, which is Chase Snyder. He's just been bullying the Scott offensive line all day on this near side over here to us, and that time you just see him blow up that side, and he's able to get to Preston Cooper easily.
Skyhawks go twin receivers each side of the ball. Fry takes a snap, drops back, looking, fires one downfield. He's got Clark. Clark calls it in at the 47, falls forward to the 49. They're going to spot it at the 50, move the sticks for a 20-yard pass play for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, good job there, Braden Clark. He gets a really good release on this near side, and Matt Fry delivers the ball just good enough for him to come back and make a leaping catch. If he leads him just a little bit more, I would like to have seen that foot race to the end zone, but it was good enough to make that catch and pick up 20.
Kyle Fox checking into the lineup for Scott. He will line up as a flanker to the near side. Fry takes it, puts it into the belly of Preston Cooper. Cooper goes up the middle, and the ball popped loose. And Frankfort signaling they have the ball. The official says down. So a gain of 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6 for the Skyhawks. Carter McClung checks into the lineup. Play clock at 7. Fry takes the ball, drops back, wants to pass. Looking. He's in some trouble, and he's going to go down for the sack. Loss of about 6 on the play. Could not find a receiver open downfield. It'll be third down and about 10.5 now for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, right now Scott's just having trouble keeping these defensive ends at bay. They're just getting really good, quick motions off the ball and getting good pushes and just knocking Scott's tackles off balance, and they're able to get into the backfield.
Hayden Nestor, that number 75, junior, 6'2", 315, off the field for a break. Skyhawks take the snap. Fires across the middle, and Jay Sharp's trying to pull it in one-handedly. Cannot hang on to it. The pass is incomplete. 4th down, Scott.
Yeah, that time again, this time it's number 53 for Frankfort, which is Briar Michaels is the one that's in there easily for Frankfort, and because of that, it made Matt Fry get rid of the ball a little sooner than what he really wanted to, and it was what Jay Sharps wasn't even out of his break yet.
4:30 on a stop clock here in the third quarter. Frankfort continues to lead 27-6. Skyhawks go twin receivers both sides. Scott drops back. Fry fires one downfield. It is almost intercepted. The pass goes incomplete, and a turnover on downs goes to the Frankfort Falcons at midfield.
Yeah, number 4, Uriah Cutter had an opportunity at it, and as it went out of the hand, off the hand of Cutter, Jay Sharps had another opportunity to haul it in, but I don't know if he would have been able to get a foot down in bounds in order to allow that to be a completion there.
1st and 10, Frankfort. They'll start this drive at the Scott 49-yard line. 4:25 on the clock here in the third. Here come the Falcons. Wide receiver near side. 2 running backs and a flanker. Quarterback hands it off to Van Meter. Van Meter runs into a wall of black over there on the far side. Will Toller in there to make the initial stop for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, they're going to call it a gain of about a half a yard.
Yeah, now they're moving it back. No gain on the play.
Gain.
Checking back into the lineup is John Anderson with going off the field for Frankfort is Alex Smith. Falcons come out of the huddle. 2nd and 10. Clock rolling at 3:45 to go in the third. Single wide out to the near side. Little misdirection. Come around there to the outside, and he's going to break. And finally, Milam Dalton catches him from behind. The ball pops loose.
They're saying he was down.
And they're saying the return man was down on the carry. Once again was number 7, John Anderson for the Falcons. That'll move the sticks and give the Falcons a refresh as they spot it at the Scott 34-yard line.
Yeah, 16-yard gain for Anderson. And again, just a little bit of a misdirection enough to where it gets the defense going one way and they hand it off inside to Anderson. He's able to get to this outside.
Scott going with a 4-man front. They got Carter McClung. Now McClung steps back. They got Wheatley, Bice, Toller, and Connor Hughes. Up the middle is Van Meter. He is hit, wrapped up by David Fennessy. Fennessy will get the tackle as they move the ball down the field about 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Play or game clock rolling at just under 3 minutes. Play clock at 20. I mean, how many miles has Luke Robinette run back and forth to the sidelines over there today?
He's definitely getting a workout.
Single wide out, goes far side. Quarterback goes under center. Hands off to Van Meter. Van Meter runs into a wall of black jerseys. And they're making the initial stop is Isaiah Brown and Van Meter is down. Van Meter is holding that left ankle, and he has been having ankle problems all season. Missed the last game. So Van Meter is actually down, crawling on his hands and knees. He may be done for the day. As the trainer comes out and talks to Van Meter, he is just smacking the ground. He knows that he is hurt.
And he's the do-it-all for them. He's a senior, 5'10", 205, but he is by far, on film, he's by far their best player. Especially on the defensive side, because he just flies to the ball. And like I said, he's just a ball hawk. He's smart. He's able to get upfield. He's able to read plays really well. And he's just all around probably their best player on that side of the field for the Falcons.
He got up and actually walked off the field. Didn't seem like the ankle was bothering, but it's got to be hurting the way he was smacking the ground out there.
This cold day doesn't help it at all either.
Frankfort, 10 seconds on the play clock. Falcons just now coming over. 5 seconds, and they're not set. Now they are set with 3 seconds to go. And the ball's fumbled. Scott comes up with it. Scott comes up with it. They were not set. The flag. I'm waiting on the official call. There's a flag on the play. Frankfort was in motion.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get that. It's gonna override the fumble.
The officials are talking things over. There's 4 officials in there in the huddle talking this one over.
It depends. If it's a legal motion, then they can decline that penalty and get it. But if it's a
it looked like an illegal motion
false start, then the play's dead immediately.
The officials are still down there talking. Scott says they have the ball. They were in behind the officials. Here's the official. Illegal formation declined. Scott Skyhawk football with 1:56 to go here in the third. Skyhawks down by 27-6. But hopefully that will breathe a little bit of new life into this game for the Skyhawks.
I believe it was Big Isaiah Brown was the one that was able to come up with that fumble for Scott too. So
it is 1st and 10, Scott. The ball at the Scott 24-yard line. Twin receivers each side of the ball for the Skyhawks. Matt Fry from the gun, calling the numbers. Takes a snap, quickly drops back, fires one over, and it is deflected. Pass intended for Preston Cooper, incomplete. Was that big number 75 in there again on that one?
I believe it is. Yes, it was, Joe. And just making it really tough. And now you can see kind of why Matt Fry has kind of been putting more air under his throws here tonight, is because it's hard to get over top of this defensive front for Frankfort.
Skyhawks set and ready. Same formation. Fry takes it, drops back. He's under a ton of pressure. He gets away. He's trying to get around to the outside, and he's got a hole. He's at the 30, still on his feet. 1st down and more. Flag on the play. And he will get up and go across the 40-yard line, but there is a flag thrown at the 33-yard line. Actually, 2 flags over there. So I'm sure we're going to get a hold and bring that one back.
Yeah, as of right now, it's an 18-yard pickup for Matt Fry. But as you said, Joe, I don't think that this is going to stand.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. Yeah, they're bringing the ball back. The officials are standing over where the flag was thrown. Holding is the call against the Skyhawks.
Blocking the back.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Looked like he.
Well, you got this, and then it's
okay.
that. So
okay, I didn't
it's hard to see up here.
I didn't. Yeah. Well, and he was holding his hand right in front of him, and all I could see was black and white stripes at that distance. Skyhawks have it 2nd and 11. Ball is at the Scott 23-yard line. 1:40 showing on the clock here in the third quarter. Skyhawks have got to get something going now. Twin receivers line up wide to both sides of the ball. Matt Fry takes a snap, drops back, and he's got all kinds of time. He airs one down the field, and Sharps is there. Sharps pulls it in at the 44-yard line. What a catch. And Sharps went down hard. He's rolling over. I think he was winded because there was 2, and there's a flag on the play down back at the field. 33-yard pass play.
I think they're going to get
Sharps is up. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him.
I think he might get a hold on Scott.
Number 68. I thought it was 68. Maybe it was 69. Chase Snyder in there. Illegal receiver downfield against Scott. If it weren't for bad luck, we'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. That's the Skyhawks theme song this afternoon. If they can, every time something comes up good or right, something lets the air out of their sails. Second down and 16, okay. Scott will go twin receivers to the near side, single wide out to the far side. Fry takes it, drops back, fires over here, and it is caught by Keaton Wheatley. Not sure, I guess he couldn't find anybody open downfield. Wheatley had to make a dive to catch that one. Clock continues to roll on at 1:18 to go in the third.
It's a 4-yard pickup on the play. And as you said, Joe, really good reception there by Keaton Wheatley. And again, just pressure in the backfield. Has to make Fry get rid of the ball sooner than what he really wants to.
Twin receivers each side of the ball. Fry takes it, drops back. Under some tough pressure, he gets away from one defender, throws it downfield, throws it away basically, and that will bring up 4th down and 12 for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, this time it's Tariq Powell, number 15, that kind of guy that roves all over the field, rovers for all over the field for Frankfort. He's the one that able to get pressure off that left side defensive end position and just forces Matt Fry out of the pocket and had a chance to bring him down. Matt's able to sidestep him and is able to get to over here and then makes a wise decision just throwing it away, not forcing anything downfield.
Carter McClung checks in here with the offensive unit. Clark and Sharps line up to the near side. Fry drops back under some pressure, gets one downfield. Clark catches it at the 33. He is going to be short of the first down by about a yard. It will be a turnover on downs. And the officials are going to say they want a measurement.
That far official over there was marking him right at the first down marker.
It looks like it may be close. They may have got a good spot on that. So they're going to call an official timeout to bring the sticks across the field. The discussion on the field. And now they will bring and I can't see for all the Scott players and coaches standing down there. You have any better on your angle?
No. It looks like the ball spotted right at the 34, and they had to get a little over the 34 in order to get the first down.
Shaky Perry on the sticks today. I still can't see the ball for the Scott players standing there. As they stretch it out, it is going to be short. First down, Frankfort. I was afraid of that.
Yeah, Braden Clark does a really good job of trying to extend that ball out once he's getting ready to go down, and that's what gave it that opportunity to get that measurement, but just wasn't able to get enough space in order to get that first down.
45 seconds showing on a third quarter clock. As Frankfort continues to hang on to their 27-6 lead. That was the lead as they went in at the half. Frankfort will take their starting drive this time. They'll start at the Scott 33.
Now, this is the best starting field position of anybody here in the third quarter, as nobody's really even threatened to score here the first 11 minutes in this half.
Luke Robinette will go under center. Skyhawks load the box. Here goes a man in motion, fakes a handoff. Quarterback coming to the near side, and he is tripped up back there by Scott's Carter McClung. He can't regain his balance and finally falls down after about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, good job there by Carter McClung. He just does enough in order to trip up Luke Robinette. That's a considerable size difference there, and he tries to go and wrap up the legs, but as we said, Robinette's just athletic enough to where those kind of tackles right there are going to be hard to make on a guy like him because of the momentum that he's got and the sort of runner that he is.
And Frankfort's just going to let the clock roll out. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break. At the end of the third quarter, Frankfort leads the Skyhawks 27-6 in this quarterfinal Class AA playoff game in Madison.
For over a century, the attorneys at Schaefer & Schaefer have served individuals and businesses throughout.
Walgreens Find RX coverage is here to make Medicare easy. Even easier than those dances your grandkids love doing with you. Start Medicare shopping today with Walgreens Find RX coverage. Plus, find low-cost copays. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Walgreens.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
E92.
3 are in the books. 1 quarter to go as Frankfort has the ball at the Scott 30-yard line. Robinette goes under center. Here comes a man in motion. Tariq Powell tucks it in. He's trying to get around to the outside. He's got the block, and he's going all the way into the end zone on a 30-yard touchdown run. Tariq Powell, touchdown on the first play here in the fourth quarter.
And that might be the exclamation point for that one right there. As you said, Joe, he just gets that off tackle, comes around to the right side, and just virtually untouched, as you can see on the All-State replay. A little inside handoff, and, Jaden Sharps gets a hand on him, but other than that, just nowhere for Skyhawks, no Skyhawks in sight to try to bring him down. And as I said, that might be the exclamation point here on this one.
Ball's down. Since the ball's kicked, he kicks high, up end over end. His kick is good as Frankfort jumps out to a 34-6 lead over the Scott Skyhawks with 11:51 to go here in the ball game. And you can just see the looks on the faces of the Skyhawks down on the field. They look dejected.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one, and we've not had very good luck with Frankfort over the years. As many of you all may know, the baseball team was knocked out of the state semifinals over in Charleston by Frankfort. A very well competitive game, and we was hoping that we could at least get this one wrapped up here and kind of pay them back a little bit. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. As I just got a message from Brett Kuhn saying Frankfort will break your heart every time.
I wonder why he would say that. Oh, goodness. 11:51 to go in the game. Hunter Shreve on the kick for Frankfort. Jay Sharp's coming up, giving a couple of the Skyhawk front line some information. He gets back into his position. Shreve is ready to kick it away from our left to right. Here comes the kick, a high end-over-end kick. It will be taken by Preston Cooper at the 12. He's across the 15, 20, 25, 30, still on his feet. He gets up to the 35, wrapped up, and that's where the Skyhawks will put it in play. Nice return there by Preston Cooper. That's been his bright spot of the day so far for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, as you said, Joe, he's able to get it up to the 35, which is a 21-yard pickup for Cooper. But he's just been one of those ones that's been neutralized by that impressive defensive front from Frankfort. They've just got really good pushes and been in the backfield all day, Scott backfield all day here on this Saturday afternoon.
Scott will start the drive at the 35, 1st and 10. Play clock at 15. Skyhawks break the huddle. Skyhawks wearing all black today. Frankfort wearing all white. Matt Fry from the gun. Takes a snap, drops back, and a flag at the snap.
They're going to get Jay Sharps for starting just
He's been jumping. He's been getting by with it. They finally just caught up with him. So the 5 yards will be marked off against Scott. It will be 1st and 15 now for the Skyhawks. Skyhawks need to strike quick if they want to even think about getting in this ball game. and then they're going to better get on their knees and pray for a miracle. Braden Clark will line up to the near side. Kyle Fox will line up as the right flanker, twin receivers on the far side. Fry drops back, fires one downfield, and caught by Jay Sharps. He'll pick up the 10. The initial play catches it, goes 10, spins, falls forward, and they're going to give him 5 more, so 15-yard pass, catch, and run play. 20 yards, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was first to 15.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'll take the 20. Ball right at the 50-yard line. Skyhawks out of the huddle. Isaiah Bush goes wide, far side. Braden Clark to the near side. Fry drops back after the taking the snap. And it is thrown out there ahead of Clark. He had no choice but to bat it down, or it could have been a possible another interception. Incomplete pass, second down, Skyhawks.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose that he was playing defense right there, but he did it trying to just get his hand on that pass, because if that would have been a interception right there, there's a good chance number 21
would have run that
for
one
Frankfort
back.
Would have been another 6, and number 21 is David Holsinger, who already has an interception here this evening.
Fry from the gun. Takes the snap, takes the handoff, rolls right. Fires one downfield, caught by Jay Sharps, and he is hit hard by Luke Robinette. And don't think they're going to give him forward. Yeah, they give him part of that forward motion. I thought he got a little farther than that. It's going to be third down and about 2.
You know, what you're seeing here now, Joe, is Scott, they're moving the pocket to try to neutralize some of that push up front from Frankfort's front line.
Third and 2 for Scott. Fry from the gun. Fry takes it, drops back. Looking, rolls left. Hammers one downfield, way overthrown, intended for Braden Clark. It went over Clark's head, also went over the defender's head. Back there on the defense was David Holsinger. Fourth down for Scott, 4th and 2. Stops the clock at 10:37. Twin receivers, triple receivers far side. Fry, points, got off, unloads one down, and through the fingertips of Jay Sharps, he can't hang on to it. Turnover goes to Frankfort, and that is probably going to be the big nail that goes down into the coffin for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, just you can see the height of that front 7 for Frankfort, front 4 for Frankfort, getting to Matt Fry here today. Just so many passes batted down at the line of scrimmage. He's having to rifle him through there and throw him a little bit higher than what he would like to, just to try to get him to the receivers. And the receivers are just having to make tough catches because of it, and just not able to come down with them.
1st and 10, Frankfort, ball at their own 42-yard line. Single wide out to the near side. They go in that wing T formation. Man in motion. Powell takes the handoff. He's going around there to the far side. He's going around to the outside. He's off to the races with Sharp. He outruns Sharp, outruns David Fennessy, and Tariq Powell goes all the way to the end zone on a 58-yard pass, or on 58-yard run for the Falcons.
Yeah, just again, they run that off tackle where he's the second guy through, or I'm sorry, the jet sweep is what they actually run, as you can see on the All-State replay. And Powell's just able to get it, find space around the side. Frankfort does a really good job of setting the edge on that side, and at that point, it's a foot race, and just nobody's able to run him down.
Sensabaugh is on to kick the extra point. Ball is back, ball down, kick is up. He does like a chip shot, and it is good as the Falcons jump out to a 41-6 lead over the Skyhawks. And that definitely does it. If that last turnover doesn't do it, hopefully Scott can get out of here with a respectable, as you can see, a lot of the Skyhawk fans picking up their seats, blankets, chairs, whatever, and heading to the parking lot.
Yeah, it's just a tough day, and everything Frankfort does kind of turns to gold, and everything Scott does kind of just backfires on them.
I mean, seriously, Scott has really not had any big plays like they normally had. Not at their, not it's been there. It's just not, the chips have not fallen their way today.
Yeah, the only big play that they've had was the 30 or the touchdown catch by Braden Clark, and they had to make a play that you're probably not supposed to make in order to make that happen. So it's been tough sledding here for the Skyhawks today, and this will definitely be one that hurts. But we'll talk more about it later, I'm sure. So,
positive note, we've got, 4 or 5 seniors,
seven total. That play.
Yeah, but there's, and I think most of those can be filled. Definitely going to miss Isaiah Brown on the line. He's been a workhorse up there. You're going to miss Connor Hughes, Keaton Wheatley, but Jay Sharps. But I think there's some young underclassmen guys that can step up and fill those shoes.
Caden Clemens has been kind of important here.
Yes, he
down
has.
The stretch on offense and defense at times. So.
Hunter Shreves has it teed up. Here he comes, and it is a low trajectory ball and a whistle and a flag at the snap. Apparently offsides on the kicking team, I presume. I don't see any flags, but I guess. So I don't know. He was talking about starting the clock.
Oh, it's supposed to be a running clock due to the score.
I thought it was 40 point. Is it 30?
It's 30.
Okay.
35, yeah, 35.
So this time he gets a high end over end kick. Braden Clark will take it at the 13. He's across the 20, finds a hole with the 25, still on his feet at 30, cuts back right, and he is met. Oh, and there is a Falcon helmet come rolling down the field, looked like a bowling ball. It's number 13, Corbin Stone. But Scott will start at their own 36-yard line.
23-yard return on the kickoff.
Not sure. Normally Carson Brenniger's back there, but it was Braden Clark that go round. Fry from the gun. Pitches it to Kyle Fox. Kyle Fox goes forward for about 9 yards, close to a first down. That's been Fox's biggest run of the season.
Technically, it's a catch.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Biggest yard gainer of the year. How's that?
9-yard pickup.
2nd and 1 for the Skyhawks. Bush will line up wide to the near side. Clark wide to the far side. From the gun. Fake. Wide open Bush takes it at the 45. Still on his feet at the 40. Wrapped up at the 38. And the Skyhawks moving the ball, and they'll move the sticks.
17-yard pickup on the play for Scott as they run the RPO there. And is able to get Isaiah Bush out on the boundary out here and hit him in space, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Skyhawks out of the huddle. Game clock on a rolling clock at 8:10. Matt Fry from the gun takes the snap, pitches it once again to Kyle Fox. Same play. He dives forward inside the 35, down to about the 31. Let's see where they spot it between the 31 and the 32. They're going to spot it at middle way at the 31 and a half. Gain of 7. Gain of close to 7. 2nd and a long 3. Scott goes to a little bit different formation, hands it off to Kyle Fox. Fox comes to the near side, runs into a defender at the 30, falls forward. Going to be very close to a first down. And it will be a Scott first down, courtesy of Kyle Fox. Fox, a sophomore. He'll be back a couple more years for the Skyhawks. Fox, the lone running back there. Getting some reps in for him. Hands it, nope, fakes the handoff. Fry hammers one to the end zone. Bush is there. It's deflected from behind. The pass goes incomplete. Second down, Scott.
I'm not sure. It's in the area of holding.
Yeah. What do you say at this point? Not going to really make a difference. Got a flag on the play.
Chop block.
Chop block against Scott. So that'll move the ball back.
Should move it back to about the 42-ish yard line.
Where'd you learn to count? Take it all the way back to the 45.
It had to happen way back in the backfield then.
Not where the flag was laying for sure. All right, first down and 25.
28,
yeah. I just took a quick guess. Didn't even count the yard markers. Fry from the gun. Drops back. Oh, and he is going down for the sack. Big number 20. Back here on the sack, that is Alex Smith, and he's not real big at all. 5'6", 150 pounds.
Yeah, he just shot off the edge and just went untouched. Nobody picked him up on the offensive line. There was not a lot of communication, and he just got to Matt Fry quick, and that brings up second down and 37 now. So
just over 5 minutes on a rolling clock to go. Fry from the gun, takes a snap, takes the handoff. Fry coming to the near side. They were waiting on him, and he is going down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. .437 on a rolling clock. Third down and a country mile for the Skyhawks as the clock continues to roll. Bush will line up wide to the near side. Braden Clark goes wide far side. Fry takes a snap, drops back. Hail Marys it down the field. It's going to come up short, and Bush comes back, makes the catch. And they're saying, they're saying it incomplete.
It was incomplete. Yeah, he has a big hit there from number 6, the quarterback, Luke Robinette, jarred that ball loose as he was rolling back around. It jarred it enough loose to where Isaiah Bush just wasn't able to come up with it. As you can see on the all-state replay right here.
Flag in the backfield.
Yeah, the ball's out right there. The ball's loose right there before he hits the ground. So good call there by the officiating crew, unfortunately. But yes.
Fourth down and a country mile. Looks like fourth down, what, about 30?
37.
37.
Still 37.
Twin receivers far side, single wide out to the near side. Fry drops back. Thrown to Keaton Wheatley. Pass is complete as Frankfort will take over on downs, 2:55 on a rolling clock to go in the game.
It's a 6-yard pickup for Keaton Wheatley.
I'm not even going to wait till the end of the game. I'm going to go ahead and make my nomination for player of the game. Not seeing a whole lot of sparks out there. I'm going to have to go with Braden Clark today. He caught the touchdown pass, had a good kickoff return there just a few minutes ago, And if there's been a bright spot, it's been Braden Clark here this afternoon.
Yeah, and there's been opportunities for him to do a couple other things, but penalties and some other stuff's just not allowed him to do much, just like this Skyhawk offense has been.
Frankfort, quarterback goes under center. Actually got a new quarterback in the ball game. They'll go nowhere on the run. As we roll down here, they've got a completely different unit in there. Talk about these seniors real quick. Disappointing day for the Skyhawks, obviously, but you got Chase Toller. Chase played quite a bit of JV ball for the Skyhawks. Then you got Gavin Aguilon. He's seen some action this year for Scott. He's played a lot on that defensive line, anchored the middle there. 2nd down and 10.5 now for Frankfort. They'll hand it off in the backfield, and he'll go forward, coming out of the line, a gain of about 3.5, maybe 4. Caden Clemens, as you mentioned a minute ago. Caden, first year he's played football, been a big impact. I know Coach Glenn Fry he and I were talking about Caden the other day. He said he wished Caden would have came out his freshman year and had 4 years to develop. He would have been a heck of a football player.
Size and athleticism, exactly what you want on the up front.
3rd down for Frankfort. Got a man in motion. They'll take it, hand it off in the backfield. They'll come up across. They're just chirping up the middle, burning a little clock as the clock rolls under a minute. Then you got Isaiah Brown. Young man has been outstanding both offensively and defensively on the line for Scott. We've seen him open up holes that a lot of other guys would have just gave up. I mean, and even downfield he's opened up holes. So Isaiah Brown, we wish him the best. And Connor Hughes, young man, come back to play his senior season, grew up here in Madison and moved off and came back. But, yeah, as we talked at halftime, kid's got a heart of gold.
Yeah, he really does.
And flag, I think Scott jumped off sides, and that will end the game as the clock continues to roll. Final score this afternoon, as Frankfort will advance. They will host Herbert Hoover next weekend, more than likely Saturday afternoon, I would think, at Ridgely, West Virginia. And congratulations to the Falcons, and we wish them the very best. And they're saying run the clock, 10 seconds. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back to wrap things up here at Skyhawk Field as the Skyhawks fall here in the 2nd round of the Class AA playoffs, 41-6 to the Frankfort Falcons. You're listening to the Skyhawk Sports Network.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rodney Miller. As you listen to all the
At BOONE Memorial Health, every patient is an important patient.
As primary care providers, care starts with us.
Understanding patients' health concerns is the first step in great care.
We take our responsibilities seriously.
To listen.
To get to the bottom of a diagnosis. To teach.
To care.
When you choose BOONE, you choose the start to a healthier life.
Make the choice today.
BOONE Memorial Health. We're bringing medicine home.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
WZAC-FM, Danville, Madison.
Back at Skyhawk Field, where the Skyhawks were hammered this afternoon by a score of 41-6 by the Frankfort Falcons. Congratulations to the 5th-ranked Franklin Falcons, and they will host number 9, Herbert Hoover, next week at home. That was one of the big advantages of Hoover picking up the win over Winfield last night. The higher seed gets the pick. So as we've already discussed, our player of the game is Braden Clark for the Skyhawks. And we were kind of going down the line talking about some of those seniors. Keaton Wheatley will be missed. On up the chart there, Jay Sharps will definitely be missed. He's been a heck of a receiver, made some really tough catches this year. And, those guys, we wish them the very best. They'll still be around. Some of them play multi-sports. But, man, I'll tell you what, this has been a heck of a year for black and gold football.
It really has. And, this isn't the ending that you want, neither as a player, a fan, a coach, an announcer, anything. Yeah. This isn't the ending that you want. But it still doesn't take away the type of season that they had. It's one of those things where – if you talk to this coaching staff, they're overachieving right now because of this. They didn't think that they would be here at this spot this early. They were saying that last year they were saying they were about a year or two away. This year they still thought they were a year away. But this is back-to-back years where you've been able to build on success and just have a great season.
I mean, look at Matt Fry. He's a junior quarterback. Coming into today's game, he had 2,700 yards passing. He had almost 600 yards rushing, so over 300 yards or 3,000 yards combined. He has scored he's passed 35 touchdowns, ran 8 more. You've got Preston Cooper that will be back as a running back. You've got Carson Brandiger, who is a sophomore, will be back. You've got Isaiah Bush. So you got your entire backfield that will be back next season.
Yeah, and I mean, you're as you said, you're really going to miss about 4 or 5 players. It's going to be hard to replace. But with the youth of this team, and a majority of them being sophomores and juniors, it's a good opportunity. And they got kids the chances to play to see the field, like Will Toller. He's a guy that played really well at times. Trent Bias played really well at times up front. You're bringing back your entire offensive line almost, aside from Isaiah Brown. Caden Clements played there, some too. But there's a lot to be excited for going forward for the Skyhawks. And real quick, just congratulations to Frankfort. It was a tough draw to come all the way down here, about a 4.5, 5-hour trip. I know they made it last night, but they come down here and put on a really good show performance.
They'll take the win and make it to the 3rd round, and hopefully they can get by Herbert over, and we'll have a shootout in Wheeling here in a couple of weeks. That's going to wrap up our coverage for the 2022 season. I'd like to thank Video Productions, Butch Mounts, and his staff for coming on board these last 2 games with us. Today we want to thank Garrett Lester, our on-site producer. Our on camera was Jason Frame. At studio we had Bubby Brown, Steve Green, and Chris Barrett. Once again, it's been real, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's been fun.
We'll do it again. We'll play a little baseball, a little basketball, and then we'll get into some baseball and softball before the school year's out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't join you during baseball due to prior engagements.
Can we mic you up?
That's not a good idea.
Probably not.
I will tell you right now, that is the worst idea you've ever had.
Anyway, you got to have a little fun. Tough day for the Skyhawks, but an outstanding season for Scott. They'll finish the season 10 wins and 2 losses. Anytime you have a 10-win season, it's been a good one. That's going to wrap up our coverage for today. Final score, Frankfort knocks off the Skyhawks by a score of 41-6. For our entire WZAC and Skyhawks Sports Network team, I'm Joe Linville. Have a great evening. Good night, everyone.